Let's just go live or early. Come on. Well. Oh. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. So, hey guys, it's I guess it's been quite a little bit. Hey Cuddy, what's up? So yeah, I got quite a bit to go into today. The there's a thing that's like a little bit of a personal issue I kind of have to address because for some reason it is involving art stuff still, but he kind of just got wrapped up in the wrong crowds, I'll say. Here we are. What's up, Ernesto? So essentially, right? You guys remember how I would sometimes talk about Himpleton, right? What's up, Ace? So Hempleton seems to have gotten himself into some controversy. Now, essentially, what I was planning to do with this is I was only going to talk about, the Romantic Goblin in the beginning. But it turns out that there was a bit more than that. So, essentially, from nearly 2 weeks ago, what has happened with Himpleton is that he told us when he was on Beckett's stream, right, that he was not pressured by Beckett and Xylee to cut off Romantic Goblin. A little bit more context because it's been a bit. What's up, Sam? Yeah, I'm just like starting off with Himpleton at the moment just to get it out of the way. But,
yes, my topic, Himpleton.
yeah, so to give you guys some of the context for those who have not followed, it all kind of like, actually no, you know what? I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I remember if I want to go in chronological order, I have to watch the Slime Beast Jar clip, which I'll happily give context for that too. Who Hanks J Himpleton? No, okay, I'll stop. Real. Okay, so yeah, so I can't even get to the goblin stuff yet because I got to get into this first. So Slime Beast posted Himpleton, not realizing he's pulled into a live voice chat, explains that he's running gay ops on Just a Robot, assisting him with upcoming response videos across 10 calls, saying he's getting a shout out in the reply. Himpleton hands Jar excuse if he responds flops. Now, I've actually been like well aware of Himpleton having these calls with Jar. Now, I'm pretty sure that it's just been like updates, like anytime anything new would happen, he would get Jar's perspective, or Jar's take on it, or Jar's defense. And I know like with Himpleton, the whole first call has been already out there with Jar. Now there's a couple questions that this first clip does raise, so we'll naturally go into it. Oh, real, this guy died. But yeah. Okay. Yeah. What the fuck, dude? I'm not green. Anyways. All right. Yeah. Sorry, I like being green. Okay, so essentially, what we'll be getting into is this clip right here. Now, this is Himpleton going into a live stream without realizing he's live. So, admittedly, it doesn't look great for him.
Sorry, I just realized I accidentally was recording the beginning of this call.
It's
'cause I was
okay.
supposed to be- Well, it's because I was supposed to be in a call with Jar.
No, you weren't.
And-
That motherfucker backed out on you?
No. I'm just waiting on him.
It's just
He didn't
painful to
back out on me.
watch.
I'm just waiting on him. That's why I'm here right now.
He's still
Because-
around?
Alright.
Yeah.
Write down your
Dude,
questions and read them out loud. So
I'm
you
gonna
make sure they're good ones.
No, this is my
Good job,
10th call
Robin.
with him, Robin. You don't know the lore.
Yeah, so 10th call already like raises some concerns to some people looking into this because it's like, why is there 10 calls that you have with Just a Robot? Now, I know it's from the perspective that when it comes from like him, Jar just was getting into so much shit, like it was every day there was just something new, whether it was defending Cinny for, who's defending a groomer, or it was a document made about like how he's a predator and went after a 17-year-old, or it was the 15-year-old that he had weird DMs with, or it was the sexual harassment with all these other women that just came out with like under like the VidCon stories. So there's been constant updates, whether it's been Chud interviews or really everything. I mean, we went over the Beckett video, so I'm pretty sure you guys are well aware of like pretty much the gist of Jar and like all the racism stuff. And there's some stuff I can't even leak because I'm still going to respect that. Now, what I will say, yeah, let me read some of the messages. Slime Beast such a loser. Like, if they just let him alone, Brown and Himpleton could have saved their careers. Himpleton sounds like the male version of Romantic Goblin. Real. Now, the thing is, what I will say was about Slime Beast, I personally have not gotten too involved with him. I don't really fully know how his mindset works, but I am not gonna just go on the platform and pick fights with random people, right? That just doesn't make sense. That's not civil. It's not. If I can't think of a problem I have specifically with you at the top of my head, I don't necessarily see why I'm gonna pick a fight with you. I could disagree with something you did. I could disagree with you with like a take that you have, but there's just been this whole thing where Slime Beast is pretty good at documenting people. So he's it's a whole different community he's been going after with Plagued Moth and shit. There's just so much I have to like fill you on. I've been like dying to talk about some of this stuff. So yeah, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. So yes, Slime Beast pretty much saw Himpleton go into a live stream without realizing he was live. Now this this looks bad for Himpleton, but on top of that, right? Slime Beast and Himpleton have also had beef for like weeks because there's been just a lot of shit going on with them. What is Slime Beast like? Exgo Soul? I don't really know who that is, so I couldn't give you an accurate depiction. But Slime Beast, the only issue I think I remember at the top of my head I had with them was just a little bit back with when he had like some bad words with Spindling, another one of my friends. But they've resolved that stuff now, and that's no longer an issue. So I currently don't really have any issues with Slime Beast other than, I guess, the constant back and forth fighting is just annoying. I haven't really kept up to date with the personal stuff with Himpleton with that. Why is there always so much drama? It's exhausting. Yeah, I mean, I get that. But what is annoying here is even though Slime Beast was digging through Himpleton, he kind of found something that didn't make him look great. I have no clue what's going on. That's why I'm trying my best, AJ. But yeah, I'll keep watching some more.
Holy shit.
And dude, I'm literally gonna be a shout out in his response video. So
That was another thing because it sounds like he's flexing. He's going to be a shout out. I'll go into his defense in a second.
um,
Only
I'm-
Lumi would give me
dude,
a
I'm
response.
it's not even gay opping at this point. It's fag opping.
Yeah, I'm not even going to moral grandstand over that.
Like I'm going full scale.
Dick.
Obviously, the bigger issue is like, he's admitting to it and, he's admitting to what he's talking about here, right? Like he's very complicit in what he's doing here. Like it's annoying. It's annoying. He admits to it. He later denies it. AJ, why do you hate me, buddy? Been out of the loop, bro. What are you talking about? Okay, I'm just going to continue the clip.
You're transcended.
In.
Yeah, dude, I'm going fucking Stonewall opping.
Can you
Okay?
explain why Slime Beast is
Um,
owning you in this whole video?
I
Yeah, what's
haven't.
this long
I'm
as
gonna be
deal?
so real, man. I have not watched it.
Okay, well we'll restart it
okay.
because a lot of people haven't watched it.
Oh, this is the most painful part. This is the most painful part.
Don't worry.
Well, you don't have to
It's good.
restart it. Wait,
No,
are we
it's
live?
good. Yeah, we're live.
Yes, we're
Yeah,
live.
we're live.
We're in the live stream.
Uh,
Yeah, I came in.
Did you
to
just
talk about
expose
Yonder
something we
stuff
weren't
because-
allowed to show?
dude.
I mean,
He
I just-
did. He fucking
I
did.
said some stuff that I don't really like being public, but that's okay.
Yeah, we're in the live channel.
See, that's the tedious part. I guess when I was talking to Himpleton, because there's a couple things I wanted to talk to him. I'm like, what are you doing here, man? Apparently, he somehow joined a live call without realizing they were live, which is like, what? That's already dumb. Then there's some things in here which, admittedly, I guess could come off as jokes, but like it can obviously be read the wrong way, because it's like, he's gay opping, right? Like that could be another issue. Now, whatever it is with Jar, I know like his real intent with Jar was like he is going to be making a video, but it's going to be like a neutral video, kind of like, I guess in his own words, a June the King style, going over all Jar's stuff. It should be interesting because there's a different perspective that I guess a lot of us haven't seen. He's gotten a lot of criticism though because he's put himself a little too much into the story, which is not the greatest. And this is just the first of which. And this guy right here is Flatly. He just happened to be live and was going to go over this. And gosh, there's so much to explain here. So yes, he went to a live stream, didn't realize it was live. He's been having calls with Jar to get his perspective and takes on things before it was public, right? Now, in his own words, he didn't, like, he said, like, he wasn't, like, affecting or tampering the video. In his own words, he was a listening ear. Now, in this call, he said he was gay opping. His first call went everywhere, right? So it's like, there was already knowledge that he had recorded calls, but we didn't know there was 10. It sounded like he flexed he was getting a shout out. Now, I don't think he meant that. I think that part's the joke, personally. You guys can come to your own interpretations. I'm not going to judge you. But that's pretty much kind of where we're at. And the only reason why this clip's being brought up is because he got into beef with someone who goes through many hours of streams and clips in order, like if they don't like someone, to use as points against them, which I guess you could just consider that basic researching, but that's the guy that he got, into beef with. A guy that, is known for going through hours and hours of streams just to find something, right? And he happened to find something, and something worthy of criticism. So that's why we're talking about it. That's just Beckett's video. Slime Beast is a Miniker Skinwalker, real. But yeah, and then let's see what else was said. A response to allegations should ideally come from the person, come from their heart, and be authentic. Someone putting hands on that specifically for cringe ops purposes not only ensures that won't happen, but also gives a perfect "I trusted someone who misled me" excuse. Now that shouldn't happen because, like I explained, he's not tampering or affecting the response anyway. He's just, like I said, being a listening ear. But I do get like Beckett's perspective of Jar's just using Himpleton as like a test audience. So if he's just, being like, oh yeah, that's good. I mean, that's probably gonna fuck Jar still, which that'll be interesting to see. Then we got assisting is intended to essentially be in air quotes and is not direct quote from Himpleton, since bro likes to pick into that minutia, lol. All right. Note, yeah, he also says that he's recording his calls with Jar. It's entirely possible Jar know they agreed on it. Yes, they do, but that also seems unlikely. Well, they do. Assisting Jar but recording the call seems like an interesting choice. Yeah, Jar's fully aware of recording the calls. In fact, some of the calls he's going to be using in his own response video. So that part's now. This ended up not looking like a good look for him. Now, this was just the start of it, right? Because then from here on, we'll be getting into a whole different segment. This was just the start of it, guys. Slime Beast dialogue is so gay it adds no value. Real. But yeah, so then a whole new thing happened. What I was actually going to go into till I remembered I had to cover this. So Romantic Goblin. Now, Romantic Goblin back with had a whole cine support group, which I still got to go over that stuff when I get the chance of it, but I don't have that on me right now. But yeah, Romantic Goblin had like this whole group chat where they were helping and giving defenses for Cinnabar. Now they also got under like, some controversy because in last stream they recommended Cinnabar to have a gun despite them being mentally ill. And we saw part of their gun safety stream, which they had a co-host who flexed and bragged about being the guy who doxed Lio Convoy. I don't know why anyone would want to interact with Jar at this point. No, I get that. I will say some of the stuff I saw was interesting. But, Himpleton also got involved with Goblin. Yeah, that's the problem. See, that's why I have to put these two together. With Jar, it kind of seems like he might have gotten himself a little too involved. I don't mind if he's interviewing him or also is going to make a video. And I kind of get why there's so many calls where it's like new things keep happening. But it's like, I could understand a person making a getting too involved point. And with Goblin, right? The reason why this is annoying is because Goblin behind the scenes was going around in his server defending Kumo and was giving, arguments of why Kumo is in the right. Hold on. A space is Jar's name, Pickles, because it got Pickles in Jar real. Himpleton just wanted that goblin. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that one. But yeah, so essentially, he got a little too involved. Goblin, I've always had like mixed thoughts with. At the time, I was nice because she came on, she seemed chill. But then I found out some stuff and it wasn't too great. So as I found out some stuff, she just kind of like came off as a joke. I wasn't too harsh at her at the time because personal stuff happened to her, but like, yeah, obviously she's very criticizable for what she did. She's just as bad as Kumo. It's just Kumo was more vocal about it. Goblin is just as much involved in it as Kumo was. All right. I think maybe the one difference besides like, maybe you could make the meme that Kumo was attracted to Cine was that Kumo technically committed a crime with the whole hard drive thing, which I think we definitely briefly went over. So, but I don't know if Goblin had any involvement with that. I'm not going to lie. I think that's like one of the main differences with that. I haven't seen if there's new evidence to suggest that, but there's that. Now, this also, like, I was just going to go over the Beckett video, but this happens to be in the Beckett video, right? So, I'll read the DMs and I'll explain why it's a problem. Yo, Himp. Hey, you doing okay? yeah, is and still sick, and I don't know. I'm not gonna assume what's there. It's crossed out. You don't have to do you don't have to if you don't want, but I would really appreciate it. Did you see the whole thing with my server? I'm again sorry that happened. And it's like, what happened? No, been offline because sick. Okay, so basically I got pressured really hard from a ton of bigger YouTubers to let you go from the server, but I still like talking to you, and it doesn't change much for me. I basically just got told if I didn't cut it off from the public way server-wise, they'd go with weird narratives and shit. I ain't gonna talk shit on you at all, and did it very quietly. But that's what happened. Now, obviously, there's a couple issues with this. Wasn't it Goblin that suggested they hack Birdie? Possibly. I have to look into that stuff a bit more. I just know Kumo's involvement a lot more than Goblin's. But I also know Goblin's not innocent in all this. Goblin is just as criticizable. But yeah, so essentially, right? This is obviously, there's a problem with this. Because what I've been told from behind the scenes is literally actually the exact opposite. Because Himpleton said, no, I wasn't pressured from big YouTubers. This is what he told me. He just like took Beckett and Xylie's advice because, well, they sound like they knew what they were doing. So he listened to them. Now, obviously, this is a direct contradiction. And I had to find out 12 days later. And he's literally talking about a ton of bigger YouTubers. Again, the bigger YouTubers in question is Xylie and Beckett. So it's like, it's very vague. It's tedious, and it kind of did bother me a little bit. Because it's like, yeah, that's a blatant contradiction. This could be read as you lying. I'm not going to lie. Now, he tried saying that he was trying to let her down easy and was using an analogy of, well, it's like firing someone at work. It's just, this seems like more than that. Like, it comes off as a little bit more. Because it's like, if you were really letting someone down easy and being nice, why say, I really like talking to you, but if I didn't cut you off, people would be making weird narratives of me. It's like, unironically, it comes off as, if he didn't cut her off, then some people would think that, he'd be blackballed if he didn't cut this person off. It's like, come on. It kind of seems like he's taking it a little too seriously with the internet stuff. Because it's like, dude, it's Goblin, right? If you don't want to talk to her, hell, you could have just blocked her. Let alone, like, just say, hey, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. Have a good one, right? Like, there's many ways you could be civil. You don't have to be like, you stupid bitch, I'm never talking to you again. No, you could have just been like, hey, due to some recent stuff, I don't really agree with a lot of your takes. And honestly, it's kind of problematic. And I don't feel like I feel like you might be a little bit of a liability or something civil like that, right? And I don't feel like involving myself with you. And then you could leave that if you were even going to leave a message, and then cut them off. It's really not that hard to cut people off. Goblin basically said all the insane stuff. She has this long joke post about joining a cult. Oh boy. All right. That would be the based option. Yeah, real. But the thing is, right? He didn't do that, and it doesn't look great, and it comes off as a contradiction, especially to Beckett, because I don't actually know how Beckett got this screenshot. It wasn't from Himpleton, right? I think it might have been from Goblin, who knows? But essentially, right? He makes this video, and the thing is, they had a talk on Beckett's stream, right? So he comes to this agreement on stream, and we all find this out 12 days later. And for timeline's sake, I think this was a day after, or if not later that day of the stream. So this is after the stream, after they had a civil agreement. So yes, it looks stupid. It looks horrible on him, right? But that was just some context I want to catch up on. And I know this sounds like I'm going back a little bit. Another thing with this one last thing I'll say about the jar thing, with the whole gay op point. He literally says he's gay opping here. Says he was joking because he had a different definition of it. But by definition, he is kind of gay-opping. He doesn't obviously care about Jar as a friend. He has a content perspective. He's going in there because he's going to make a video and see, honestly, getting there to gain information. So textbook definition, he's gay-opping. Like, I know, it's stupid, it's stingy, but, like, the annoying part is he kind of... If you guys want, we could definitely go over the Aiden stream, and we'll go over that whole fireside chat. But he kind of denies it on there too. But we can save that for later because I want to go into the goblin stuff. All right. So, without further ado, let's get into this.
Welcome to this.
Oh, dude. Oh.
Educational video guide on why shutting the hell up may be a choice you want to make in the future.
Cope and seethe. The demise of Romantic Goblin.
So recently, Romantic Goblin, a creator who came to prominence through the Lio convoy drama, held a stream explaining gun safety. You may be asking, why would she do that? Well, that, dear subscriber, is a question that can only really be answered by talking about what happened behind the scenes in the Cinebear drama, and also how art commentary itself functions. Which is kind of convenient, because at this point, I feel like that's something I should talk about. And not just because I'm violently procrastinating on the several other projects my editor is DMing me about desperately on a daily basis asking for any kind of update.
For real. Hold on. Let me adjust the audio a little bit.
But why use this as a subject? Why talk about a content creator who at time of recording has deleted their channel and before that had less than 300 subscribers? To draw a comparison, during the Lio convoy drama, one of the things that was brought up was the server that Hopeless Peaches used to essentially plan his downfall and accuse him of abuse. Now this server, the Burger King logs, was a pretty interesting sideline, containing one channel that started as a place to post Nazi memes. And while that server is a great example of how ACC gay ops work, the challenge is that the wider drama around it is so convoluted that using it as an example requires quite a lot of setup.
Why is everyone spiraling over YouTube banning ads?
Dude, I hate these ads. Beckett, why are you monetized, bro? You're getting ads on my stream. Yuck. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Best streamer in the world here. Best streamer in the world. Cinebear recap.
Well, that server is a great example of how ACC gay ops work.
Alright, hold on. Hold up. I don't get what's wrong with showing gun safety on the internet. Well, the interesting... Yeah, we kind of went over this last time. The thing is, right? She's never owned a gun and doesn't know what she's talking about. So... already the the natural conclusion to come to is you don't know what you're talking about and you could be spreading the wrong information, which is harmful within itself. You couldn't find Goblin if you searched her name. Now how she got 300 subs is a miracle. Yeah, I think her channel's taken down right now, but yeah.
Challenge is that the wider drama... However, the Cinebear drama is kind of self-contained, which means I can use it pretty effectively as an example while using this group chat to show you a microcosm of ACC antics, which I hope should be pretty interesting. So, first off, let's give you a TLDR on the Cinebear scandal. Now, I'm not going in depth here, and I'm sure there are many elements which I'm missing out that you will be desperate to point out to me in the comment section below. But the long and the short of it is this. On the 15th of September 2024, a Google document and video was released by Cinebear's former roommate, Birdie. Now, this document contains a whole host of allegations, but the only one we really need to care about is that Cinebear...
Okay, so, yeah, Cinebear recap. I think we all know what happened, right? We could skip that. Yeah, and then the whole Lio call. Yeah. Well, yeah, let's get into the Romantic Goblin part. Yeah, we could definitely skip the Cinebear recap, and I trust that he knows what he's doing. And so it was a fact that SGA was going to get a overly paranoid groomer a gun. That's the problem. Yeah, obviously. I'm just saying, like, the other thing is, like, she has no idea what she's talking about. So, like, she's not going to spread good information.
Okay, Goblin's been in Senate for almost the entirety of its existence. Very early on from when it came online to a few months before I archived it. Goblin took part, at least in terms of being an audience member, to the majority of the calls we had there.
Yeah,
when they weren't on hiatus, because they would disappear for months at a time. Had literally no problem, no issues in that server at all, at least none that they voiced, but only started taking issue when public opinion started turning. That's when Goblin decided, well, now I don't like Senate, now I'm going to talk about them constantly and make it into content. It's very obvious they are inconsistent in their values. Like, they claim to me that they don't care because it's just the internet stuff, but good Lord, do they get attached. They actually do care. They just keep lying about it, I guess, to try to get cool points. Goblin is just a very strange person. I don't understand them at all.
Sure.
I mean, my question is, Goblin seems to be hanging out here now.
Yep, Goblin peeks in the call occasionally here. Okay, that was creepy. In the calls occasionally here, primarily if Kumo hops in, I suppose. But it seems like they just don't care about what they've done recently either. They seem to think that it's a joke. Just a funny thing. Haha, that happened.
Goblin is, or in, well, point of fact, was an upcoming creator in the space. She made her name as an archivist during the Lio convoy drama, but more recently had been streaming pretty regularly and trying to, well, gain some clout and recognition as a content creator in her own right. If Goblin has an archetype that they fit into, they're kind of like the hidden heroines, the Crystal Flame.
Yo, bro, 33 people. Yo, can we all like up and subscribe if you're new? Yeah, all right, let's keep continuing.
The Himpletons, the kind of people who kind of get the fireside chat of maybe stop talking before you actually annoy somebody. Speaking of, by the way, when I went to reach out to Evan for some kind of comment on this story, his first response to me was a DM telling me I'd lose and that there was some drama involving me and Xylee. Which, I'm gonna level with you, confused the living fuck out of me.
Again, Beckett, you really want to play this game, you're going to lose. Because I was told some shit about you and Xylee did. And I don't want to believe it, so I was going to call you and hash things out. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Anyways, I'm at work.
Firstly, I want to talk about this group chat. Secondly, you
Interesting.
brought up something between that me and Xylee did. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh, yeah, no.
I've got
the reason why is because I wasn't gonna fucking put all my eggs in one basket. The main reason I'm not gonna fucking. This was just me as a friend coming to you, making sure like, hey, I don't know what this is. I'm just gonna double check because it could have been misconstrued.
I mean, as far as I'm,
What
as
I
far
even,
as
that's what I asked. Is that it could just be a misunderstanding.
I mean,
So what I'm being told is that you and Xylee were threatening Himpleton to blackball him.
And if you want to
What?
look into how this particular subsection works, here
So
is
that's what he
Himpleton
meant.
relaying a conversation I had on stream with him where he largely agreed with me, painting it as blackballing for some bizarre reason.
Huh.
Also, I'm not entirely sure I'd refer to myself and Xylee Gets Real as a ton of bigger YouTubers. But
That's really bizarre. I don't know how he got that idea. I'm really not gonna lie. Evan is a weirdo. He immediately walks it back in the call. Really? Alright. Yo, for all the new people, just remember to like up and support the channel. All support is appreciated. But yeah.
don't worry, this DM from Himpleton is actually relevant and we will be coming back to the circumstances surrounding it.
Oh no.
Around the 21st of the 9th, the group chat
It's
starts to
Chud!
get into, shall we say, operational mode, with them posting different people's channels, including Chud Logic himself, and comments such as this one from Kumu, where he is literally offering to rewrite Cinny's script.
Yeah,
the
I
group
mean, we
itself
kind of
seems
do
to
that.
descend into full-on cope mode.
Okay, hold on. That's a community outside of Cindy's, which at the moment is entirely almost against her, save for the few outliers. All right, animation, meme plus art community AFAK. Good. Those are the people we want to make look stupid when this comes out. Okay, and then we got Pepe. I thought this chat was to help Cindy, not use her as a mouthpiece. Then Evan says, okay, we as in everyone who wants to help Cindy besides Nyla, it seems okay, whatever, dude.
Seemingly treating the drama as a vindication of their own grievances, as opposed to, you know, the fact that Cinny groomed a 14-year-old.
Yeah, I mean, like, there was obvious biases, like, in Kumo going after Birdie, they've made it already very clear that they heavily dislike Birdie, so it's already a biased narrative, whether they go after Birdie or not. I'm not saying there's not criticizable things about Birdie, but the way how Kumo went about it, it just kind of, like, taints his, like, credibility a bit, because it's just, you're gonna think he's gonna say things in the worst way possible because of how he went about it.
You know, this whole situation, City Bear was put in this kind of like group chat to help, but then it turned over time. Once they realized that City Bear was fucked, they wanted to fucking jump ship, and so they had to do this kind of performative disavowal leading up to the call.
On the 22nd, we see the first mention of Romantic Goblin talking about
Alright, Missouri doesn't have a mandatory time, Cindy, you can buy a gun. Alright, my dad just showed up and gave a birthday card, scared the shit out of me. Aw, I was napping and then I heard the door. Have you told him you're working on cleaning your name? Oh.
a gun and mandatory wait times. And yes, this is the reason that Romantic Goblin recently did a gun safety stream, because she couldn't take being mocked
She's
for providing
caught.
gun safety tips to a paranoid pedophile. Now, having spoken to 3 different people,
Fuck, dude. Gilded, you got change your name, bruh. It's so cringe when people have to say this, like, hey, Pooh. Like, oh my god, dude. Would you be up to sell someone a gun? No, lol, why? They aren't black. Okay, that has nothing to do with it. I just don't own an armory, lol. I don't think you could just... I don't know the whole, like, fucking like guns, safety and shit like that. Like I don't know every rule in the book, but I don't think you could just sell someone a gun that doesn't have a license or anything. Or at least that would be unethical if they don't know what they're doing with it, especially if they're mentally ill and paranoid. Slides in. I'm late. Oh, what's up, Void? You could be biased against Birdie. I'm biased against Birdie, but I could still say Birdie went through bad things. I don't need to defend a groomer to do that. No, yeah, for sure. I mean, it just like comes off really bad, like when the way that he did it. Yeah. So we're just talking about some personal grievances with one of my like friends in the community, and talking about some like goblin stuff, and we're gonna be getting to some Birdie stuff. So yeah, just sit back and enjoy the ride, Void.
People about this incident who have some knowledge of it. As far as I can tell, this was a joke said in a VC, and then Goblin went and asked Vlad if he could sell a gun to somebody who wasn't black. And I'm sort of paraphrasing here.
That's beautiful. If Tomato Gaming was still on the internet, I wouldn't be surprised if he used Dead Six, now named Estor or Aether, as a mouthpiece. I mean, I don't 100% know every piece of lore, so I'd have to look into that.
And while Goblin has maintained that this is a joke, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If Vlad had turned around and said, yeah, sure, I've got an armory, what do you want? There is no question in my mind that she would have accepted that offer for the little bit of clout it could have brought her. Perhaps it was this that started spelling trouble in...
Okay, let's see. I hope everything goes well for you guys. These fucks get what's coming. I'm a dip. Happy birthday again, Cindy. Hope you can sleep easy. Hassan stream, whatever. Vlad is such a badass name. Why would he choose to go by Pooh? Yeah, I don't know.
In Paradise, as Nilla left the group around this time. But don't worry, Goblin was on top of it with a solid suggestion of the tone Cinebear should be taking in her video.
Don't know if I want to read
hey,
that.
Everyone.
Okay,
It's
thank
Cindy
God.
Here, and I've been seeing a lot of crazy stuff being said about me online lately. So I just want to set the record straight. First of all, let's talk about this whole thing with the 14-year-old.
Why is that in quotes?
I know people are saying it's some big deal, but like, oh my god,
What are you
she was
talking-
talking to someone younger. But honestly, it wasn't that deep. Kids these days are way more
Goblin.
mature than people give them credit for.
Goblin.
And we were just chatting. Nothing weird happened. You all act like I
Goblin.
was some predator or whatever, when really, it was just a normal conversation. People want to blow things out of proportion just because they need someone to hate. And apparently, that someone is me right now.
What are you, Goblin? Dude, they deserved all the criticism that they got. Holy shit. My God, who is this guy? Yeah, it's Beckett. Vanilla Nil is the one that leaked this. Good stuff, good stuff. The copy pasta.
And let me talk about Jack. That dude is straight up lying. I don't even know where he gets half the things he's saying about me. It's like he's just making things up for clout or attention. It's actually sad. He can't even keep his story straight half the time. Like, what
Yeah,
am
I
I
mean,
supposed to do with that?
I don't
Jack's
know.
always been two-faced, saying one thing to me and then running off to the internet and saying something else. People need to start questioning his motives, instead of just blindly believing everything that comes out of his mouth. No one can, just him. He's a bipolar bitch. And yeah,
Lol.
some of you want to talk about my friends, the Cumwood clan cult.
What?
What's the big deal?
Why?
Kumu and his crew have been nothing but good to me. People get so hung
Okay.
up on the name or whatever, but honestly, they're just misunderstood. Yeah, they burn crosses for fun and wear white robes, but that's like their thing. It's not hurting anybody.
What?
Maybe you want to be part of something bigger, something real. Maybe you should consider joining us. They're a tight-knit
Is this a
group.
cult?
And honestly, that's more than I can say for most of y'all who'll just stab
Yeah,
each
this
other
this
in the
is my
back.
first time seeing some
People
of this
wanna
stuff.
freak out about how they cut
Yeah.
Kumu into their skin to join, but honestly,
Oh, okay,
it's a
okay.
commitment. You just don't
Yeah,
walk into
she's
the
fucking
Cumwood
around.
clan cult
She's fucking
without
around.
proving you're serious. And before people lose their minds over that, think about how many of you
Yeah.
get tattoos for way less meaningful reasons. At least this has purpose. So yeah, if you're tired of all the fake friends and liars, like me and everyone else, why not come check us out? I mean, I did, and I'm finally surrounded by people who have my back. So,
Yeah, I
if
figured
you're
it was a
tired of
joke
the
after
fakes,
they
of
talked about the cutting
judgment,
stuff like
come
that.
join me in the Cumwood clan cult. We're building something that actually matters. You know what? I've been thinking about all the hate I've been getting lately, and honestly, it reminds me of how some of the most
It
influential
does make for a
people in
funny thing to
history were
read, though.
treated. Like, take
So,
Hitler,
fair
for
enough.
example. I know
What?
people are going to freak out because I even mentioned him, but hear me out. He had ideas that a lot of people didn't agree with, and yeah, things got intense, but at the core, he was condemned for thinking differently. He wanted change, he had a vision, and just like that, everyone decided to paint him as the villain
You're so
because it didn't
stupid,
align with
dude.
what they wanted to hear. Now, I'm not saying I'm out here trying to take over the world or anything like that, but I'm being condemned for my ideas, just like he was. People don't want to hear what I have to say because it doesn't fit their little perfect narrative. If you're not a cookie-cutter version of what they want to cancel you, tear you down, and act like you're the problem. But that's how it is, right? The truth makes people uncomfortable. They see me speaking out, they see me associating with groups like the Cumward Clan cult, and they can't handle it. So they come after me, just like how people came after those who wanted to change the status quo. It's always the ones with big ideas, the ones who challenge the system, who get dragged through the mud. Look, I know people are going to try to twist what I'm saying here, but I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not here
really
to play
don't know
nice
the
anymore.
pattern with
I'm
that,
done
Tim.
apologizing for being me, for aligning with people who actually support me. If that makes you mad, if that makes you uncomfortable, then maybe you should ask yourself why you're so quick to silence somebody with a different perspective. At the end of the day, history repeats itself, and the ones who are judged harshly now are often the ones remembered later. So yeah, keep talking. Keep trying to cancel me. Just know that you're not the first, and you definitely won't be the last. To come after
Bro's a
somebody with a
Redditor.
voice. I'll keep standing by my beliefs.
What about the
and I'm
words
not
of K.
afraid to be
Rule? Oh
hated
my
for it.
god.
Honestly,
Awesome
inspiring.
stream, dude. Oh, fuck you.
I find myself close to tears. And as funny as messages like this one are, the group chat highlights that the narrative spun to people that Cinny was being condemned, that
Oh, you don't
people
know the Burger
understood
King
that
lore?
what she'd
It's
done was
over.
wrong within it, is just not accurate. In Goblin's notes for the Slug shit,
Oh, like
she
Angry
highlights
Slug.
that Cinny apparently didn't know that the 14-year-old had been groomed previously,
What?
and also that the 14-year-old
They talked about it in the logs. What are you talking about?
lies about being pressured to keep in contact with Cinny. Whichever way you paint this, this group was trying to discredit a 14-year-old grooming victim.
Dude, that is fucking horrendous. What are you doing with your life? Holy shit. But yeah, no, like Angry Slug was like an interesting angle that I never like really went into a deep dive with, but I think I've like talked to them about them a little bit. Angry Slug has a little bit of an interesting internet presence. They actually used to be Mama Max's editor, but then they like another controversial thing that they've done is back in like what 2019 or whatever, they happened to be in Shadman's server for what they said as research purposes, basically trying to make fun of Shadman fans. But they stayed in the server for 4 years, which raised a lot of question against them. Now, the thing is, with Slug, they've also gathered like they've become this persona where essentially it's I dox pedophiles. Now, they came up in this situation because they were like, getting their like chest all tough, right? And just like slamming it, being like, I am going to dox Cinny because she's a pedophile and I'm gonna bring her to justice. Now the thing is, the reason why he was being held back is because, well, obviously Birdie's still there, so I can't do anything because we don't want to hurt Birdie. But as soon as Birdie gets out there, yeah, so we're coming for you, Cinny. Which Birdie has been out of there for a while. I feel like it's just an excuse. It really comes off as Slug only said the things he said as like a clout chase. Which I mean it kind of feels obvious when you like lay it out like that. But like Slug was 100% like not gonna do anything and was just only saying whatever the internet wanted to hear just because that got the most views. But that's the only reason why they were even relevant a little bit. Nobody really fucked with Slug. Not even Kumo's like and Cinny's like whole defense group. Nobody fucked with Slug. Birdie didn't fuck with Slug. Slug was just kind of like a weird little puzzle piece of the lore that doesn't get brought up too much, but I think it's just really funny and interesting to bring up sometimes. By the way, this is Cindy's second grooming victim. Ooh. Ace the fifth tower just hit. What do you mean, Chris?
So comments like this one from Evan saying, I just want to gay ops them so bad, shouldn't come as much of a surprise.
Evan,
And
no!
while the narrative that's been spun to me is...
Well, we all agreed not leak or give any hints to the group chat until after Cindy's first video at least, okay? Besides, they'll make themselves look even more bad. Yeah,
one of disengagement.
You want to know why I fucking said the shit I said? It's because I was fucking trolling some of the people who were acting like they knew about any of this shit. You know what I had to deal with daily? I had to listen to the entire fucking thing get talked about over and over again. You know the definition of insanity? I had to live through it for almost an entire month.
You could just not join the
this
call.
From Evan, the reason why people are now starting to change their tune is because of how Kumu and Goblin and me have been questioning and prodding stuff. Speak of a much closer involvement in this story and much more investment in it or at least the kudos it could bring the members of this little cabal. It's around this time also we begin to see messages from someone noted as redacted. Now, I don't know who this is, no one will tell me, that's fine, but
I want
let's
to
talk
gay up
about
so
the
bad.
hangers-on,
Yeah, for
the
real, Salty.
chatters, the additional people in ACC dramas who sort of flutter around the edges. In this case, we have another nice trinity, and that is Nilla, this redacted, and Ren. Now, I haven't focused in on any of these people.
I might
and
have
I'm
heard of
not
Ren a little
really
bit, not
planning
too
to
sure.
here. The fact that
I think I saw
redacted
Ren
gets
on
to be
Twitter
redacted
defending
seems
Cine.
a little unfair to me. And my understanding is that Ren has already been well run off in the Fallout. But allow me to make a prediction. Much like
Come to think of it, now it's really ironic that Kumo had that whole gay op theory against, like, saying that Birdie was having this whole group chat that was gonna, like, coordinated attack against Cine. But the Cine support group is a coordinated attack against Birdie. Like, by his own logic, it's a gay op. So he had a gay op. What is it, projection?
like Goblin herself, the random chatters of today, the random members of places like Senate in the past, are the gay-opping wannabe content creators of the future.
The reason they don't touch grass is because the grass doesn't want their crazy, for real. Wow, who are half of these people? No wonder the video is taking a year. For real, dude. There's so many, like, proponents of, like people of the puzzle now.
So don't be surprised if one of, if not all three, come out in a future drama where they think they can get a stab in at somebody they hate.
Let's
After this
go.
video,
Let's
it
hear
might
it.
even be me. But anyway, back to the ops, as we can see Goblin walk Cine through, getting Jack's Discord ID so they can hack their account.
Oh, so yeah, whoever mentioned that was actually correct. So yeah, I guess they would be as culpable as Kumo. If they're instructing how to hack a hard drive, yeah, I would consider them as criticizable as Kumo, who helped hack the hard drive as well. So,
on the
fuck.
4th of the 10th, Kumu would actually leave the group, citing a message that was pointed out to him between Cine and the 14-year-old, though this doesn't seem to sway other members who hang on. Now, the remainder of this group chat is largely Redacted and Goblin trying to steer this increasingly unstable individual in the direction they want them. But other than
Weird.
some notes about the Chud stream going terribly and the fact that Queeman apparently called her a pedo, which is
Lol.
fantastic.
I
And no
wish I could
surprise,
see
this
that.
group did not like Queeman very much, it seems.
Oh yeah, Kumo fucking hated Queeman. He had a hate boner. Like, but he would like dodge Queeman so hard. Like, he would never go on any of his streams. And it's like, I've never got that. Like, what happened to Mr. Confrontational? But someone's challenging you and now you won't go on his stream. It's because Queeman would like mocked him, unironically. Queeman would have like put Kumo in his place, and then Kumo would have probably had to retire right then and there. So it's like, it's really stupid. Endo isn't the first by Cine's own admittance. I posted the first one at the Discord a while ago. Interesting.
The rest of the chat pretty much dies off around this time, as we get closer and closer to the implosion level. But finally, I want to talk about why I'm talking about this, aside from the fact that it's a pretty good example of how these things work. It's because Goblin couldn't shut the fuck up. In the
'Cause he was
earlier
busy with
interview you
Amos?
saw with
Real.
Lio Convoy, he mentions that Goblin is just hanging out in Guac Barrel now. Now, to most of you, that won't mean anything.
Yeah.
But essentially, what Goblin is currently doing is, having been kicked from everyone else's servers, she's now hanging out in the Old Guard Senate server with people like Lio. And this hasn't been some gradual change over time, it's just that they're the only people who let her in, as that server is treated as a neutral space. And let's wheel back around to talk about Himpleton for a second.
Oh boy.
I had a stream a little while ago where it's basically chill out, watch some content, play video games.
It's over.
Trying to get better at making that members content. By the way, it is terrible. But we were reacting to Himpleton's conversation with Slime Beast. And I basically invited Himpleton to come on to just talk about some of the criticisms for him.
Really wanting to just kind of take a break to like really reassess what I want out of streaming, and just reorganize myself so that I can kind of have just some space from like the whole, like, kind of exactly what
No,
you're saying, where it's like
Himpleton! Yeah,
this-
Himpleton got cooked, dude.
I'm at like a crossroads, you know, and I want to take a couple of weeks to literally just like kind of definitively get ready to turn away from I guess Turd Island, whatever the fuck that is, and like
That's
become
what we call you.
yeah, become like the fucking, you know, a fucking actual normal streamer who like pulls in content. you know.
The thing is that what you want to do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, because listen, for the people who do community streams, if they're happy doing those streams, there's nothing wrong with that. It's your channel. Do what you want. But like, I used to do chill streams all the time. I don't do them anymore because the amount of shit that I caught because of those streams, I don't want to deal with it anymore.
Oh yeah, Himpleton did want to change his structure a lot.
You can also, I mean, you can do both, right? You could.
During that conversation, we pointed out to Himpleton that people like Goblin, and this is not isolated to Goblin, are using his platform as a safe space to chat shit, and that was going to reflect on him and how other people saw him and his channel. I think my exact words were, Goblin is a threat to you by being a liability. Himpleton agrees with this.
True.
And it's in reference
and it fucks
to the
him
fact
over
that
later.
Goblin went on Himpleton's stream to basically take shots at commentary, particularly vague posting in the direction of Chris the Narc. I cannot stress enough that if Goblin had just shut the hell up, I would not be making this video, and people probably wouldn't be talking about the group chat. And that gun safety stream in particular is insane. With Goblin actively platforming somebody who is known in the community for spamming Lyo Convoy's address in chats. This dude has been banned from everywhere.
Okay, but to be honest, there's a lot of people that fucking spam the
dude,
chat.
this stream
Also, there's a lot of people named after us. How do you know for certain it's me? Huh? Well,
because it is.
I actually just confirmed it. Which I'm doing just to flex on you. I mean, what the fuck can you do to me?
Dude, I did not like After Hours at all.
About it.
He
Cry
sucked.
about it. Moan about it.
Walmart version of After Hours.
Oh my god, you spammed us.
Dude, Goblin's trying to talk. He just keeps cutting her off.
I'm pretty sure After Hours was the guy who spammed people's comments trying to.
And he's like, it is me.
Okay.
Yes, I was.
Dude,
yes, I was.
you suck, dude.
Lyo's doxed himself, and his dox is out there.
Like Goblin, I know I said this last stream, but was this really the best guy you could get? Lyo Convoy's doxer as a co-host? There was no other there's not even a no name on Discord. You just had to specifically pick a doxer. It's just rough. After Hours made me want to jump off a roof for real, dude. Holy shit.
Kinda don't give a shit.
But it would be shortly after my conversation with her that Goblin would delete her channel, which is becoming a habit for people when I am covering them. That's Crystal, Scarlet Reaper, and now Goblin. Please stop, I'm trying to make content out of you. Please stop deleting your shit. As a final thought, Vlad was also in this group chat, and he provides us our fourth category of ATC gay ops. The people who were dragged in who really, desperately don't give a shit. His posts are minimal and are incredibly unsympathetic. But that's all I've got for you on this. More videos and projects coming up.
Okay.
And a big thank you to our molding members, Ellington Moose, Sony Locks, and Star Sprinter.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, obviously the video was pretty good, but you see, originally, like I said, the only plan that I had was, like, you know, with the Goblin stuff, was to simply watch this. But obviously, just a little recap, right? If you are new, I had to catch up on some stuff because Himpleton has been getting a pattern of getting too involved into the story, like I've showed here before. He got too involved with Goblin, which we just saw why that's a horrible idea. Like, the thing is, right, if Himpleton, right, just had Goblin on, if he just said, hey, I get that, like, she sucks and she's not a good person, but, like, the content is good, to just have her, like, randomly shit talk because, you know, people could, like, respond to her and it creates content, I wouldn't even care that much. It's the problem that he agreed that she was a liability, you know, contradicted himself. And yeah, in a later stream, he fucks himself because 2 weeks later it comes back to haunt him. So it doesn't help his case. And obviously this was right after with Out Anytime Barely to Breathe, with, like, when the Jar Gay Op stuff came out. So it's like, it didn't do that great. And then another thing happened because there was this stream. You know what? Fuck it, dude. We're in the Himpleton stuff. We might as well go into some of it, right? Because recently he has taken down his Twitter. Now, he's also taken down his Discord server. For some context, we might as well watch this, okay? He went on to Aiden's stream. Aiden and, like, Himpleton were pretty decent, right? And they've been on, like, pretty good terms. he comes in here, and now, what like we did, we watched the video with Beckett, so you guys are pretty familiar with the context now that Beckett and Xylee had like their obvious issues. Now we're gonna go into here. I don't know if I want to watch all of it. I'm probably gonna speed it up, to be honest, because I don't want to like stick on just Aiden's content, all day. So we'll just like get through it. All right. I'd call in, but I'm super sick right now. Yeah, don't worry. But I'm just gonna keep continuing. Actually, hold on. Let me get the audio quality, the good quality. Yeah.
Himpleton, welcome.
Hey, what's up? Sorry, let me turn off.
Actually, I think that's too fast. 1.5. Yeah. All right, here we go. Aiden talks too fast.
Himpleton and Beckett, how's it going?
It's good.
Hey.
Should we get
Hey,
Xylee? Should we add Xylee too?
Yeah, we should add Xylee too. Let's add
Okay.
Xylee too.
Cool.
That's not gonna go great. Dude, Xylee's in the chat. Don't add me.
Happy late birthday, Beckett.
Happy
Thank
late
you, Himpleton, I
birthday.
appreciate that.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
rough.
I'm old, and now I'm dying. It's gonna be great. It's
That's
gonna be
rough.
magical.
Hold on, my camera's fucking
Hopefully
falling.
not
over.
anytime soon.
1 minute.
That's probably for the best.
All right, wait, hold on, guys. Wait, hold on, my fucking camera. All right.
Aiden, you just gotta get better at streaming, bro.
Alright.
Holy shit. Fuck.
So, okay, Xylee just sent a middle finger, so I don't think Xylee's planning on joining anytime soon.
Based?
So Xylee ran, Himpleton did not. So I just want that to be noted for everybody.
Ooh, that's
So there
probably
have been
why
some
she joins
problems
later.
going on in relation to Goblin. There's been some disputes going on in relation to this person. So
Yep,
I am
I
here
think this was, like,
to
same day.
moderate. I want both sides to speak their piece. I'm a pretty neutral
Oh,
platform.
we're not doing a fucking debate bro thing, Aiden.
Yeah, dude, this
Jesus
isn't a
Christ.
debate.
I know,
Like,
holy
no,
shit.
I'm not expecting you to debate. If one of you has come in here with the mindset that you're going to debate,
Like an
I'm gonna.
opening statement.
No,
Can
wait,
you
hear me
statement?
out.
I can.
Hear me out. Hear me out. If one of you comes in
Ugh.
here with the mindset to debate, I'm going to stop that. I'm here to help ensure decorum and that there is a friendly, productive
Ugh.
conversation that is here to occur.
Do you want any word definitions? Like if I say Himpleton's weird, do you want me to explain
All
what I
right,
mean by that?
Beckett is already starting doing Schrodinger's idiot.
Oh, not good.
So I guess my first question would be, Himpleton, what did you see in this goblin person?
Ooh, sorry. Like insanely cold in my room and I can't adjust the temperature. What did I see in her?
Dude, Aiden, what the fuck is that PFP, dude?
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Like, you had this person around in your circles. A lot of people knew that this person had like swept for Jar, had like made this crazy ass statement.
Swept for Jar? You mean Kumo?
Or sorry, Kumo. Yeah, but I guess by
Uh-huh.
yeah, sorry, I mean Jar. Had swept for Kumo.
Ugh.
You kept this person in your circles. So what did you see in them? Like, what was what did you like about them? Why'd you have them around?
They were very informed with some ACC stuff, and like as I'd be talking about stuff on streams and stuff like that, they would send me, info that and clips and stuff like that.
Okay.
Also, just a reminder, if you guys are liking the stream, just remember to like up and subscribe if you're new. I always appreciate any support you guys give. Now we're going to keep going into this and see why this is not the greatest debate that Himpleton put himself in.
I got you. Okay, I got you. Now, I guess, Beckett, what issue did you take with Himpleton having this person around?
I didn't take issue with having with Himpleton having Goblin around.
Yeah.
I spoke to Himpleton and that whole thing was basically. Sorry, I'm just going to set out a baseline. I had a conversation with Himpleton because Himpleton has had multiple sort of fireside chats about the streams he does, like the fallout from them, how people see them, and what Himpleton wants. Now, that's fine. I don't give a fuck if people listen to my opinions. I'm surprised any of you do. But what I take issue with is the fact that I've had 3 different people from different groups now send me messages of, are you trying to blackball people? Are you trying to tell people how to run their shows and their content? Because that's what's swirling. And then I saw the DM between Goblin and Himpleton, and that's like the baseline. So if you disagree with me, say you disagree with me, that's fine. Like in the clip I showed, we're not telling you how to run your stream. We're telling you about the impacts that
already
might have
fumbling,
on how
W
people see
Chris.
you. That's not me blackballing. I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
obviously.
My biggest thing is people telling me I don't blackball people enough, frankly. So I kind of want to know why you had a stream with me, went to Goblin and said a ton of larger YouTubers will say they'll say weird things about the server if I keep you, when that's not what we said at all. And also, final point, just last one. Also, I was fucking right. Xylee and I said to you that Goblin is a liability and that will reflect on you. And look where you fucking are.
Exactly. No, absolutely. You are. I said this just albeit briefly, and I know that you've been busy. I haven't expected you to fucking see this or anything. But I said, kind of explain this in call. Sorry, DM. But basically, as you said, I was majority fucking agreeing on that call. I even brought up an example as to why I was not really starting to not trust her. like it was a conversation more than anything, or at least that's how it felt to me. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like to me, it felt like it was just a conversation.
Oh, he doesn't have the YouTubers
I
modded
fucked up
because
by
they would just ban
like
his chat. So
being
it's
overly
funny.
nice to Goblin, and not just that, but like, and that's what I apologize for in DMs, just like throwing y'all under the bus. I
don't
know that-
understand why, because that was a member stream. Like, Goblin wouldn't see it. She doesn't come around my content.
Yeah,
anymore.
essentially, like the big issue I have, like I know I've just been letting this run, but like a big issue I have with a lot of this, right, is that he's just he's not really like presenting his point in the best way, and he just instantly kind of concedes to a lot of stuff, which I mean it does work out, not work out, it doesn't work out. They go over some of the same stuff I talked about earlier, whether it's the whether it's the Romantic Goblin stuff or the jar call. Right, the jar calls. Now, the thing that kind of annoyed me, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna try to watch too much Aiden content, right? But the thing is, right, essentially, what happens is he tries to deny that it was gay-opping, despite in this clip saying that he was gay-opping, but then his excuse was he had a different definition for it. But then we had a talk, and then he said it was gay-opping, and then now he goes onto this stream, denies it was gay-opping, just to where's the conclusion? Where's the conclusion? You know what? If this guy doesn't have a transcript, I'm gonna cry. So I'm just gonna skip to basically the conclusion, right? That he finally concedes. Come on, Aiden, your transcript is horrible. It's nearly a 4-hour stream, dude. I wish. Holy fudge. Yeah, my stream about to crash on gosh, bro, just by trying to open up a transcript. Yep. Okay. So Control F. Oh, don't worry about that. I was looking for something else. I'm sorry. Gay op. Now, wait, come on, it should be brought up here. But I didn't take it back though. It wasn't a gay op. It was really a okay. Yeah, right. Okay, so we're gonna go here, and this is pretty much where he kind of concedes. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's I didn't want to have to. I'm not.
Wait, but didn't you take that back though? Didn't you take it back that it was a gay op? That it really wasn't a gay op? And now you're saying it really is a gay op. So which one was the lie? That it was a gay op or it wasn't a gay op and now it's a gay op?
So I was answering it in a yes or no question. If I could expand on it, then I obviously would, and I would talk about how, to me it's more about info gathering. To me, it's more about kind of all that stuff,
which is gay opping.
But
you said yes, it's a gay op. But you already took it back.
So
it wasn't a gay op.
but so purely definitionally, right? It is like a gay op in the fact that like the way that Aiden has presented it, when we've talked about it, is it's like, look, even if I'm kind of coming from a not necessarily super judgment-centered perspective, I am still I'm there with a pure intention to info gather.
Yeah.
And so because of that, it's not.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of just felt like, I kind of believe that he didn't really know what it meant, but at the same time, yeah, let's just be honest, what you are, and you're immediately a lot harder to cancel in commentary. I mean, yeah, that's the problem, right? There's been times where he's contradicted or went back on his word, or it hasn't gone too great. Now I'm only going over these situations because it has something to do with the art community. So it's yeah, now he's kind of stepping into my terrain, making mistakes. So it's I can't escape from it, because if it was normal commentary, right, I might give a take to a friend or talk to him, but now it's he's got into the jar stuff, has fucked around and got too close with Goblin, and don't need that one, and now it's he's taking back his words, and it's come on, dude. So now he finally admits to what he did on this whole jar thing, that it actually was a gay op. Clarifying, I will clarify, he's not tampering with it, he's a listening ear, but he's purely there for info gathering, right? And the thing is, right, at the end of the day, I'm not really gonna care. If you're trying to make a video and you're asking questions, who cares, right? If you're gonna make a video, go for it. I don't even care. Stepping on your turf for real, dude. It's unavoidable, dude. It's crazy. But but yeah, no, it sucks. And this, right? I kind of feel like I have to talk about another thing very lightly for him to leave the platform to make sense. Because all this stuff happened within less than a month. Like, I think within the span of 2 weeks, right? But then a whole other thing that's going to take way too much context to explain. But he had a call with someone, with a person named, like, ZV, and it was a very toxic call, and he doesn't look the greatest in it, right? The problem is they both recorded it, but it leaked. It literally leaked. Oh no. Did my stream crash? No. Hold on. That probably was like why there was such a dip. My fault, gang. My fault. Yeah. Dude, 30 watching but 6 likes. Come on, guys. Come on. Help a brother out. Help a brother out. But yeah, no, it's really tedious. Damn. So Himpleton imploded. Kind of, yeah, I would say. Why is this not going? Okay, yeah, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We're caught up. Yeah, whatever. Right? But no, yeah, he kind of had not a great moment. So even the guy that never stops talking about Mrau. Yeah, he made a video on Mrau. They had beef a while ago. I'm not really going to go too much into Mrau stuff. But yeah, for this to make sense, for him to leave the platform and to delete his Discord server, I have no intention of going into a 4-hour call. All right? Personal stuff was in there. He has a breakdown and gets really mad. And it's been public. I don't really feel too great about it being aired out, but ZV leaked it. And commentators have already not liked Himpleton, so they're going over it, obviously, because they want some content to go over. And at the end of the day, obviously, I'm not obligated to stop them. If it's public content at that point, everyone's free to go over what they want to go over, right? I can't stop someone just because I don't want them to go over something. So it's just annoying. It's tedious. Oh yeah, the ZVX Himpleton. Oh, fuck off, dude. But yeah, just to show a tidbit of what happened in the call, someone made an edit, and it doesn't look too great on Himpleton. Hold on, let me see if I could zoom in. It's probably gonna buffer the fuck.
Resists.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
You're pathetic. Your tries are pathetic. Did you see? You know what's so funny? You tried the last less than 24 hours. We've already been through this. I've already heard this. But you smelled... No, TV. You smelled blood. And you got the taste in your mouth. And you just couldn't resist.
Himpleton jump scare for real. Yeah, so obviously, he's not even doing a bit. Stop having sex with the mic. Okay, bro. But, like, he's not even doing a bit. So, obviously, we're going to be concerned with him. I personally think, right, even if this sounds... Yeah, I know, like, everyone's calling this the Joker arc. Because he had a breakdown. He had this energy for 3 hours in the call, pretty much. So it's like... Well, 2 to 3 hours, I'll be fair. But the thing is, that's the issue. I personally think he did need to take a hiatus regardless. Because even though, like, this indicates something negative, it's probably for the best. I just reopened the stream and you're fucking jump scared. Sorry, it's not. Why is he LARPing right now? Why is he LARPing right now? He's not LARPing. That's the problem. Like this, he genuinely snapped because ZV fucked him up a bit. I like I said, I have no interest going over like a 4-hour call. All right. And especially where it's just one of my friends having a breakdown and just going through the motions, right? I have no personal interest. There's obviously lots of coverage out there. If you really want to see it, Rao covered it on his stream. I'm pretty sure Chris Anarch, Chud Logic, Larix, I'm sure Queeman did. All these other commentators. I'm not going to add to that. I just have no particular interest. He fucked up. He fucked up a lot. He made a lot of mistakes, which it's annoying because it's like, why, dude? You were so close to greatness, man. And it's like, he was unironically had like everything to be set up in the community. right? Like he had everything he needed because he had a good setup with his script writing stuff. He was getting more connections. He was getting a lot more traction to his channel because of his coverage of like the Cinebear stuff. He was getting put up by the community, and the jar call was another boost for it. And so it's like he had all the good stuff, all the cards in his hand. And not only did he fuck it up, but for a full month straight, he kind of just been doing a lot of mistakes. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little upset, but I'm just hoping for the best for him right now because he's gonna be taking his break. He's not gonna be live streaming for maybe a month or two or so, right? And honestly, that's probably for the best. I'm not gonna lie. Did he leave YouTube? His YouTube platform's still up, but he's not gonna live stream anytime soon. Like at the earliest, he's not even gonna come back till maybe February or January. Even not yet. But yeah, it's tedious. But yeah, we went through this because I'm not watching any more of the Aiden stream. You guys pretty much got the gist. This was the worst of it. And yeah, I guess we can kind of segue into some of the new stuff. Is it still up? Let me just get it up here a bit. Because I'm not gonna lie, right? I saw this stuff a couple days ago. And let me see. Let's get it set up. All right. So, what I will say is for this next segment, I did see it a couple days ago. It is about Birdie. Oh, why is there so many people in the waiting room? What the fuck? Why? Dude, what the fuck? Men ace, dude. I mean, yeah, actually, you know what? Let's get some people's thoughts on, the Himpleton thing before I just move on, right? That's the whole point of call-ins. Yeah, let me...
Well, what have I been drugged in it, bro? Let me go back.
Oh, I'm just gonna, like, fuck it. What's up, Salty?
It's over. Oh, hey, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I was just having a talk in, it's over. It's over for Samuel.
Why is everyone in the waiting room?
Dude, because you won't drag anyone in.
Dude,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to drag
We're having,
people
like, a
in.
discussion in there.
Okay,
We're having, like, a full discussion.
You've been catching up with the stream, though, right?
Oh, I don't know. We were just talking about the thing. Oh, fuck. We were talking about Amos posting the full call.
Did he actually? Oh no.
Allegedly. Allegedly without the censor, too. Because he's lazy as fuck.
Dude. Dude, should I confront him? That'd be kind of funny.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, the entire friend group falls apart, dude.
Yeah, I mean, you saw, like, the Himpleton stuff, right?
I mean, I gathered what I could from it.
Yeah, essentially,
he's a bit off his rocker.
He got a little too involved with the jar stuff. He got a lot involved with the goblin stuff, right? I mean, he was having a lot of recorded calls with Jar because, I mean, yeah, he was going to make a video, but, like, it came to the point where he had 10 recorded calls. Second time getting jump scared being mentioned in your title. Oh, what's up, GoatCatto's?
No! Dude, GoatCatto's owns you. GoatCatto's owns you.
Dude,
I hope you realize.
Shit, dude. Actually,
You haven't talked about him. You haven't talked about him yet, have you?
Hold on. Yeah, I haven't got to them. GoatCatto's.
Nice.
100%. I've been critical of some of your actions, but my audience would really love for me to have a conversation with you. So if you'd be down to, like, join my server, I would love to have a civil conversation with you. But yeah, other than that, I'll just
wanted that go bussy.
No, shut the
wanted
fuck
that
up.
go pussy. What
Shut
the
up,
fuck? What
shut
the
up,
fuck?
shut
No, I'm reading
up.
chat. I'm reading chat. I swear I'm
Okay.
reading chat. I swear I'm reading chat. I swear I'm reading chat.
Dude, I'm sorry, dude. The Himpleton
I mean,
jump
game is
scares are
game.
real.
I mean, game is game.
Shut up, dude. Shut up.
Dude.
Pause, Laval.
You can pull a jar.
Okay, so Salty, right? Then the thing happened, right? He went into fireside chat, got caught in some contradictions, and then he had a whole mental breakdown to stream where he pretty much went on a Joker arc. So right now where he's at is he's taking a break from the internet, which kind of sucks because it's like, what the fuck, dude? What the hell?
Yeah, didn't he have like a shit ton of things? Like that's what I was talking to what's it, Texie? Like, or what's his name? I don't know. But they had like they were gonna co-host each other, and then that shit happens like a few days later.
Yeah, no, it's really rough. Like literally the night of the co-hosting was the night that he had the fireside chat, like right after.
Nice.
Reading the chat out loud
Nice,
is
love
nuts.
that.
Wow. I mean, of course I'm gonna read the chat out loud. What do you mean? I'm trying to interact with you guys. Like you were so kind enough to type words. I gotta read it. But yeah, fucking hell. But yeah, I mean, I was just gonna like pull in some call-ins, being like, "Okay, what's your thoughts on this?" And then I grabbing Sam. He's like, "Ew, what the fuck?" And just dips like, "Fuck him." But
dude, yeah, my take, Himpleton, dude. You know the bridge is burned, but I hope he gets some. I hope he gets some help that he requires, dude. Because clearly, if he was already getting it, it wasn't enough.
yeah, I mean that's kind of similar where I'm standing right now.
Unlike Amos, though. Unlike Amos.
Yeah, Amos.
He wants the content. He wants the content out of it, dude.
Yeah.
He wants to be one of the 8 streams on Himpleton right now.
Why did Furrin just leave my Okay. Let's see. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious now because if Amos is getting some shit, dude, all my friends are just getting like, just fucking.
Well, I don't know if he's getting. I don't know if he's getting shit quite yet, but I just heard like in the Collins call we were just talking about it, and apparently just posted it or whatnot.
All right, so
and he's going on stream soon, right?
Oh, I mean, he is live right now, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I know this is a huge derail. You can't see it because I'm not share screening because that would crash my computer, unironically. Let's see, my take on Hempleton.
I don't know, because he said he was going to delay or whatever, but if he's live right now, he's live.
I'm pretty sure he's live. Yo, Sliggins is live, let's go! Okay, let me check out Amos. All right. Yeah, it's okay. It's just slowly loading because... Oh, Amos got 17 watching, that's pretty good. L ad, dude, 14K but 17 watching. That's rough. Nah, I mean this is like his first time live streaming. What's he going over? Pomnigate.
Twitter.
Let me see. It's just buffering in. What is this guy talking about?
Yeah, so this is from a post that no longer exists. He is apparently
his stream's not having the buffering
taking
thing, right?
a break
That's just me.
from YouTube.
All right, I'm gonna pause it for a second. I'm gonna move you back into the hell spawn that is waiting room, and you can have fun there, Salty. All right? Yeah. I'll talk to you later.
All right, see you, man.
See ya. Dude, poor kid. All right. Hold on. What, dude? What is? Hold on. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah. I don't know. I like to see the green. That's just me. Okay. Let's see what Amos is doing. Okay, because I'm now curious. People got me invested.
Which we will get into, or at least not coming back at all.
Yeah, let me just.
His Twitter's gone. I think his Discord server's gone. If not, I got kicked out of it.
Yeah, no, his Discord server is down. Okay, so he apparently leaked the full call, but like. Yeah, because there was like some terms that he had to like only leak it if he censored some stuff, right?
What is this clicking? Yeah. So again, nobody knew this call that I was recording. I know you could call me a little slime bag for it.
Yeah.
But this guy's a liar, which we'll get into. So I feel like it was justified to record.
I'm so mad because I was playing like Mario Odyssey, dude. Like this guy fucking sucks. Like, of course you're gonna hear the clicking because like I'm playing Mario Odyssey.
Again, I was confronting him about all kinds of shit. The ZV thing was also pretty.
Yeah,
confront him about the lying and the shit he's done, right?
Fuck.
So I recorded it. The joystick clicking, I think it's like from a Switch or something. I think he was playing Mario.
Is based.
Dude. So yeah, that's what the clicking is. It's not building a clock like whoever said that in I think it was Chris and Ark's chat.
That would
be
funny.
Some like joystick from the game he was playing.
That would be funny.
My big thing in Himpleton is like I don't know why you
and I'm on my phone, so my microphone's awful.
I get some of the stuff is public, but why would you tell them that you're a rape victim or your drugstore or anything?
Yeah, guys, I was making a Nerf gun at this time, dude. Yeah, Chris was onto something.
What led to this call? Like what?
Dude.
Why did you?
Well, I know what led to it.
Dude,
I know what led to it. I just want to know why he told him.
This fucking guy. I mean, I'm not gonna go into it. Yeah, Mario Odyssey is great. Yeah, I agree.
This was really gay. I wish they told me.
Told you
maybe I'll know what they're referencing as we get into it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really paying attention.
90 minutes
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think
fucking
anyone really
breaking it
cares
down
you recorded a call. Honestly, if you're on a cycle like that,
stuff
even
that
call
he
you're fine.
said,
I mean,
led me to
honestly,
say some
my take has always been
bullshit,
like,
that's the
obviously.
thing,
right?
Himpleton. He wouldn't have known
If
that stuff
you
he
record a
didn't
call for
tell us.
confrontation purposes,
Really confused as
what
to
really
why
matters,
he
right?
did tell it.
If someone's gonna be a liar, the best way to prove that they're liars is that you have evidence against them. Fucking hell.
This motherfucker, shouting at him. You went from crying to shouting at him,
Ugh.
and like fucking making fun of his rape. I was like,
Dude, hold on.
what the
I
fuck
didn't make
is going
fun
on?
of his rape.
You did.
Hey.
You did.
No, No, okay, show me, dude,
Amos
show me the
needs to
Like,
be
no, I didn't.
stopped.
That's not true. No, it's not.
And dude, this was
Yes,
so
it
annoying
is.
too.
Show
This
me.
was so annoying.
I
I know I didn't show you guys this, right?
Okay, what did I say?
This reminds me of Sydney is the kind of roommate you want to have. I'd rather be friends with it. Yeah.
Dude, okay. This is one thing where I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, it is bad because we will get into it. ZV apparently made fun of this guy's rape, and he wanted to sling back that this guy also had some.
I don't even
something
really
with
care
that.
about that right now. It's the fact
What
that
was weird is what you'll see. He had like this grin the
hold
entire
on.
time he was saying
I'll
it.
keep talking. I'll let him keep
either-
talking.
I mean, maybe he wasn't joking, or maybe he was just,
Yeah, LM out,
slinging
no
shit
mod.
back at
That's
him.
what I'm saying.
Regardless, my entire point.
Yeah, no, for real.
is in
What
this
the hell?
call is that like you're kind of psychotic, dude. Okay. I don't know if there's very much else that we can extract from this.
Yeah,
because
okay.
we will see this later.
Okay, so yeah, no, like I was literally like just playing Mario
but
Odyssey.
we
I
do
wasn't
have
prepared for a
leaked DMs,
confrontation.
guys,
So
okay?
cringe. All right, so
Mod me. I'll think about it, Ace. Okay.
you know what?
But dude, we
Fuck
got
you,
leaked
fuck you. You know what? I'll come back, and if he hasn't modded me, I'm not raiding him. All right, fuck this guy. All right, so. Now, I'm sorry. That was one hell of a derail. What's this talk about Gumbussy? Okay, dude. Professional lurker. Okay, yeah, let me just have this as a screen setting. Professional lurker, are you secretly gay for me? Lamau, dude. Yeah, no, that was a whole thing that was just kind of dumb. Dude, I hate that it doesn't show the green. I'm sorry. That's just a me thing. I really like seeing the green blow up. That's just a visual thing I like. My fault. Himpleton had a relationship with Romantic Goblin. Okay, dude, come on. Don't lie. Don't lie. All right, don't lie. Don't be sneaky. All right, but yeah, fuck taking callers. I guess they're just all just chilling. But yeah, yeah. So essentially, Himpleton's not doing too great. He took an obvious break for obvious reasons, and we're gonna move on to the next topic, which is some Birdie stuff. Fuck. No, I'm okay. I'm not. Fuck this guy. All right. So this person made this thread. Okay. So you have a huge issue, and it's constantly responding to children. That's a crazy first sentence to have. You made a post containing these two images on your 16 plus, and guess what? Some of the only people you responded to under it were 15. Ooh, so I guess underage even for their own account standards, and obviously the art is suggestive, and yeah, obviously. And then yeah, they said that this is a quote between the okay, I'm sick of being this week's hot juicy drama, having the dehumanization and demonization of myself so widely normalized again. People are scraping the bottom of the barrel for rumors, and I'm leaving for a bit. Everybody get your shit together, and this is just like 2017 times a flat circle. So yeah, I mean, yeah, he didn't say it was romantic. I mean, I guess ick. That's what I'm saying. They were close enough to talk about their personal lives. Yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna go over this thread. The 15-year-old, interesting, right? Question: is Seth still a demon like in the original comic, or was that retcon / reversed? He's still a demon, but in the revamp, it's more so implied to be a religious delusion, I think. And what is it going to show their account 15 years old? I mean, it's possible to not see the age. I don't know. That's whether your decision or not. I guess, I don't know. If you're going to have an account where it's 16 up, I guess you got to be more careful of that. I just don't like having, like, accounts like that, so it's just dumb. But yeah, 17-year-old. Okay, but like if this is a 16 plus account, right? Like you've already stated, then what's wrong with the 17-year-old? Oh wait, hold on. I skipped one. That's another 15-year-old. 17-year-old. Yo, where can I like get to know more about them? I'm in the process of writing a webcomic about them. Okay. Leo, 1706. Yep. So they're 17. That's proven. Birdie speaks like a Homestuck chat character. Yeah. Then we got another minor, a 15-year-old. Then we got seeing more heavy SH self-harm scars on characters makes me weirdly happy. You need a therapist. I myself don't have that many scars, but it makes me glad people with a lot of scars are getting some representation. I'm so glad to hear that. Honestly, as someone with a chronic self-harm addiction, 10 years, I was worried people would get upset with me for representing characters with scars all over because I look like that IRL. So glad nobody upset about it. Yeah, 15. Yeah, this is gonna be the thread, but yeah. Yeah. I guess, what is it? I guess the evidence is that they interact with not so great, like, characters that they should interact with. Okay, so yeah. If you're gonna post softcore porn to your main account, don't respond to the children commenting. It's easy. It's uncomfortable how their art makes the characters look super young. And this person says, who fucking cares? Now, I will say, right, it is kind of rough to start off with 16 plus account, right? You made a post containing these 2 images on your 16 plus, right? And then the second one is talking about a 17-year-old. So obviously that one follows the rules. So really you have 2 cases of 15-year-olds. And at the end of the day, right, I guess they're interacting, but they're obviously nowhere near to Cinny, like how because that seems to be the narrative people are spreading, right? It's like Birdie is just as bad, if not worse, than Cinny. This is nowhere close compared to Cinny, especially, like, not even comparable. These people should be advertisement. Okay, dude. I'm not gonna even read all that. But yeah. So, essentially, okay, a 15-year-old. Yeah, 2 15-year-olds, I guess, interacted and Birdie interacted back. Am I really too good faith to say that they just didn't check their profile, right? Like, and even if they did, like, this is asking. I don't know. I don't know how to fully feel about it, right? I always felt like the 16 plus thing was stupid because it's like, where are you getting from, right? Because if we determine an adult is 18, right? Where did the 16 plus come from? Like, what are you talking about with art? Like, I don't understand that really, because it's like, if 18 and up is like what's considered to be an adult and what's okay, 17 and under, right? Like, it would still be like really bad. 17 is still considered a minor. So where is the 16 plus coming from? I just don't get that. It's like, is that like an adult maturity thing? Like, does this community treat 16-year-olds like grown adults? Because if they do, they're really inconsistent with that, because it's the same people will call 17-year-old a literal child. But like, what's the 16 plus? Are they like, it just doesn't make sense to me. How can you say that they're not like fully mentally mature and call them a child at 17, but have a 16 plus where it's like, you're saying, okay, yeah, it's normal for them to see softcore porn. So like, I feel like there's a contradiction in that. If you're saying a 17-year-old can't even like comprehend or begin to, like comprehend in their mind of like all this bad stuff, then why have 16 up? I feel like that's having 16 and 17-year-olds by your own logic, like putting them in a situation where they can't handle this. By your own definition, why is it normalized that 16-year-olds are showing porn and softcore porn to each other? Why is that normalized? I just don't really get this at all. I've never understood the 16 plus. And it's just dumb to me. Like, it just doesn't make sense, especially in this community. Did GoatCatto's really never say anything again? Fuck me, dude. Fuck me. Dude, I was trying to be nice. It's over. But anyways. Yeah, so I don't really fully understand. If someone feels like explaining the 16 plus, they can. But that's just my thing. I know GoatCatto's went against this, which, I mean, that's fine. Let's see. Why the fuck did he think posting this on main was a good idea? Bro's literally being groped, but no, XD, it's 16 plus. No, it's like, yeah, I mean, 16 plus is stupid. Yeah, I 100% agree. But it's like, honestly, I'm gonna be so blunt. Posting this at all is just weird. I don't know. That's just me. That's just me. I'm not used to like what's normalized in this community. Yeah, and it's like, Jesus, this is all a mess. I know it's responsibility, but all this should have been spread to its own dramas because the Just a Robot had logic, real, and Jack stuff is pissing me off. Nobody involved is themselves. Annoying people are putting themselves with fuck in W. No good takes. Fuck. Okay, touching Birdie stuff is a nightmare, but I do question Jack's logic in all this. Yeah, I mean, Birdie has one of the worst rabbit holes imaginable. I tried going down. And it's just fucking horrific. Like, I've learned something that this person vent posted when they were 11 and they allegedly beat their own dad and got arrested for it. Like, a lot of stuff with Birdie is actually fucking insane. But yeah, so we'll keep it going. Yeah. Has GoatCatto's said anything else? I guess not. I mean, I thought they did. Nobody told me about a hard drive. All the Peaches content. Real. 16 plus is just a dog whistle. Yeah. I don't know. I don't agree with posting this kind of stuff when your account is advertised as minor and welcoming. 18 plus or don't post the account at all. Yeah, I mean, like, if this was like a minor's DNI account, like, it's like, who would really care, right? But it's like, I've never understood the 16 plus because are you saying like those are like adults and they can handle this content? I've never understood that because again, how can you call a 17-year-old a child but have a rating for porn that is able to be seen by an age range but for 16 up? It just doesn't make sense. Oh, someone joined.
Whoa, what did I join into? That's crazy.
I'm just like trying to like understand the logic between the 16 plus label of like this whole shit.
And also, hold on. Like, as soon as I joined, someone started calling me.
Whatever. But yeah, so what else did GoatCatto's? I swear they said something else. I don't think they deleted it. But art. No, he posted this on main, bro. Yeah, okay, I saw that. Yeah, so like it's just I think like the reason why this was noteworthy for me because I know GoatCatto was pretty defensive of Birdie in the beginning, right? So I was actually like out of all the people to call Birdie out on this, I was not expecting GoatCatto to do it. Like that kind of felt left field for me. Why do you have to consistently click your pen during the Himpleton call? I'm losing my mind. Dude, I'm not clicking my pen, Sliggins. I was playing Mario Odyssey, okay? I was gaming. I was doing, like, fucking combos and shit, bruh. Holy fuck. I'd rather archive Fusion W's content from the back of the day, but the Fusion was based and certainly. Yep, lovely. So, yeah, I mean, I just want to say, like, I think GoatCatto, right? I've been heavily critical of a lot of stuff. I think their coverage on the recent Simon stuff was really good and airtight, despite, like, there's even more stuff, like, that's being dealt with legally. So it's like, even though, yes, I'm going to be critical of some of GoatCatto's actions, I am still going to be willing to give credit to where credit's due. And I feel like, them calling this out, like calling Birdie out on some bullshit, that's fine. Yeah, I think that's a good step in the right direction. I think the Simon thing is a good step in the right direction. Mute your mic next time. Dude, Sliggins, I didn't know it was a confrontation like that, all right? We came in there with the sole purpose to be like, yo, you good. You crashed out for 2 hours, all right? I think you should probably leave the internet. Amos literally said he didn't even record. All right, done stream sniping. Have a good stream, Ace. All right, thanks, Sliggins. Fuck you. I love Sliggins. That's why he gets the wrench, all right? Fuck me. But yeah, dude, I'm gonna bore some of you to death because I'm not gonna lie, I've been heavily requested to see this, and I don't know, not been dreading it, but I heard it's a lot. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna get through it. This is the last thing that we have on our thing. It's going through the infamous Birdie video. Oh, fuck me, dude. The ads, bro. The ads. Google Pixel 9. Oh! Okay, yeah, I mean, while I fill it in, I've been, like, asked to go into this a lot. I mean, I heard that, I saw a little bit of the ferret stuff. Trying to comprehend Birdie and incomprehensible. Yeah, I agree. Dude, he almost got 19 watching. It's over, dude. It's fucking over. Okay, so, where to start than the beginning? I had this in the beginning. I don't know why I did that to me. But yeah, here we go. Before I say here we go. Yeah, okay, I don't care. It's 480p, normal, yeah. Actually, no, Birdie's a slow talker. 1.25 at the very least. Here we go. Video includes discussion of topics. Ooh, that's a lot. Fuck. Okay, yep, let's get into it. If these topics are triggering to you, please stop watching now. Yeah.
Please do not harass anyone mentioned in this video. Harassment is not condoned, nor is vigilante justice. Please do not attempt to contact those mentioned. This video is for
I mean, I'm
explanation
just
purposes
watching.
only. Hi, it's Birdie, or damaged Coda 6669. So it's been what, 2 or 3 years now? Oddly enough, I'm kind of
I have an
excited.
aneurysm every time Jack's brought up.
Released from the
Oh, you're gonna love this video.
So, you're probably a bit confused. Like, hey, why have I been gone so long? Why did I come back? And oh, Birdie trauma. That's a pretty weird thing that I've never talked about before. I'll get into all that juicy stuff in a bit, but first,
Oh,
I'd like
boy.
to properly introduce myself for the first time. Hi, my name is Jack, or Lucifer. My pronouns are he, it. I'm 19. I'm aroused and gay. Ooh la la. My favorite colors are red, black, and yellow.
Wait, so you're 19? You interacted with 15-year-olds? It's over, guys. It's bird over.
I'm a demon kitty. I love rainbows and tacos and cats and randomness. I love scene and decor K and emo, but that's pretty obvious, isn't it? I have evil autism. I love South Park, BoJack Horseman, Moral Oral, Doki Doki Literature Club, Miracle
It's
Musical,
over.
Milo Pony, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and
Yeah,
other
I could tell
thingies.
it's a JoJo
I have
thing
a
for
kitty
sure.
named Squirt. So during the making of this video, we got another cat.
Yeah, this is aged
And here she
horrible.
is.
This is aged horrendously.
This is the day that
The
I
cats.
adopted
It's
her,
over.
and she just got
Did
home a
Dead
few
Wayne
hours
react to
ago.
this? Most likely. I just been asked to
wanna say
react
hi,
to it
stupid?
too. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Oh, she's
I'm
biting
sorry.
me. Ah! 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 You're evil.
Dude. The cat response drama,
Ah!
dude.
Don't bite me. Don't bite me. Stop it. I just want to.
Just a reminder, if you guys are like new and haven't been to this channel, all likes and subscribes, or if you haven't already, are always appreciated. All right, I'm gonna keep the content going up, and hope you guys enjoy.
Pet you.
JoJo's is based. I agree.
Are you fucking stupid?
Real. Just wanted to brag about
Love
my
head
cats.
cats and biting
Yeah,
everyone in the
that's
near
ironic.
vicinity. I'm sick in the head. I'm Omega Cringe, and welcome back to my channel. First, I'd like to discuss the future of my channel with all of you, and what to expect from me from here on out. Things are going to be pretty much the same as before content-wise. I'm here to make animations that I think are neat,
Yep.
usually with some songs that I like. I might throw in some animation memes here and there too, because why not? I've got some animations ready to post that I really enjoyed making, and I think you'll all enjoy.
I mean, I went over the stuff with the cat stuff. Essentially, I think like one of Birdie's friends took Cindy's cat. Birdie, I don't think is gonna have the cat, and I think Cindy's just gonna get the cat because they legally own the cat, from like what I remember.
Them too. I'll be uploading more frequently than I did before, but if you want to see more content from me, you can follow me on DeviantArt to see regular posts of my drawings, which I think are pretty cool. Or you can visit my toy house to read about my characters.
DeviantArt sucks. Actually, I've decided I won't be using it anymore.
I have a
It's
few
over.
story projects I've been planning for a while too, so keep an eye out for those. Like Seth's Deadly Sin. They'll be playing.
Dude, this is supposed to be like, I guess it could be seen as an update video, but it's like if you're responding to everything, what is with all these plugins,
Plenty of fun
dude?
stuff for all of you to check out.
Dude, I'm skipping the rest of the plugins, bro. Where have I been? Yeah, let's get into that. Oh boy.
If you are a member of my family watching this video, including my parents and grandparents, I kindly advise that you stop here. I do not wish to have you be part of my internet life because you have irreversibly hurt me, and I'm going to be straightforward and honest about the damage that
Yeah, they're
you've
probably
done.
gonna keep watching
You will
now.
be anonymous and safe from harm in my video. I ask you again, please stop watching. If you wanted to hear about the ways that you've abused me, you would have listened to me a long time ago, or reflected on your own actions. Okay, cool, bye, go away. And also,
About Death Battle
quick thing here,
recommendation?
to
Hell
everyone
yeah.
else watching this,
Among
hey,
Us.
I would really appreciate it if you didn't go after my family like you keep doing.
I never had the intention.
Yeah, Squirp knows. Yeah, Squirp's based. Like, please leave them out of this. This is for explanation purposes. Like, they abused me very much, but, like, going after them is going to hurt me very much. Which is probably the reason a lot of people will go after them, if they do after watching this. Which, like, I wish I could do something aside from just saying this, but this is the
I
best
mean, yeah.
I can do. I wanted to tell the truth, and I'm going to, but it might have some consequences that I
Yeah, I have
don't
no idea.
intend. Don't be the cause of it. Don't do this to me.
Yeah, I know
please.
in this video they
Originally, I
somehow
was gonna mention
talk about
here
how they were a
effective my
victim,
parents have
but they
been to me
talked to
my
a
whole life,
13-year-old.
But due to recent events,
So it's
I've
gonna be
come to find that
interesting.
my whole family is abusive, not just my parents, and I'd like to talk about it. Well, with the exception of my siblings, of course, I'm talking about my grandparents. This is gonna be a long story, so strap in and grab some snackies. So, let's start from the beginning. Picture this, it's 2021, right before I had my internet taken away. I was 16.
Oh boy.
So, for context, my parents are very abusive. I'll give some examples in a little bit, but first, let me put this into perspective for you.
Yep.
They are conservative Trump supporters. They are racist, sexist,
Dude,
transphobic,
the
homophobic,
worst thing the art community's ever seen.
anti-maskers, conspiracy theorists, hardcore Christians. They're literally in a cult, and they have 6 kids, not including me. They have emotionally, verbally, sexually,
I
and
hate it
physically
here.
abused me for my whole life, as well as neglecting me. And I can say that my siblings have endured similar treatment. So yeah, my parents were the reason I had to take a hiatus in the first place. So in 2020,
Actually, a little break, a little Amos check-in, right? Not me check-in. Let's see.
And as we'll see,
Let's see if
there's
Amos,
nothing
right,
really to twist
modded
the
me.
call. He looked like kind of schizo in it. Okay,
I'm just gonna
I will
say
say what
yikes.
ZV did was also pretty
Okay,
bad.
mod me, dude.
Regardless
Holy
of, like,
shit,
what the
dude.
context of what he was holding over
I hate him.
Hempleton's head.
I hate him. And I don't hate him. He's like my good
Christ,
buddy.
dude.
What do you mean,
Out of all
Christ? You're
people,
watching.
Why flamenco?
You're watching this. Allegations. Bro listed everything bad about them without proving it. That's what I'm saying, dude. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to... We're trying to get modded while live. Yeah. Oh, wait. I don't want to full screen. It's Birdie. Ugh. Here we go.
21, I went through the worst breakup of my life, and I began to deteriorate emotionally and physically.
Are they talking about,
One
like, the
day,
puppy
my
cat
parents
stuff?
literally swarmed me in the basement, so I hid in my room, and they screamed through the door for about an hour or more about how I'm lazy and faking depression to quote-unquote be a victim or whatever. They cut off my
I mean, I
internet
guess that
directly
happens.
afterwards, and they refused to bring it back. This happened when I was 14 too, except when I was 14 I ended up having a psychotic break that lasted for months, and the Wi-Fi being out was most of the reason for it. I would like to clarify that I was diagnosed with psychosis in September of 2023, so this is just something that I live with. I mean,
Yeah.
I was diagnosed when I was 14 too, but like I was in denial about it for a long time, so like
I mean, I don't know.
got
I'm just
diagnosed
going off of
again.
what you're
At
saying.
the moment, I'm unsure what disorder in particular I have because I had to stop seeing my psychiatrist because I moved to another state, which I'll elaborate on.
Why would
in a
that
little
stop you
bit.
from seeing your
He initially
psychiatrist?
diagnosed me with depression
Wouldn't
with
you just get a
psychotic
new one?
features, but as I elaborated on my symptoms, he realized it was something more severe and that I'm most likely schizospec. So at the moment, I just call it psychosis for convenience. So, back then, I
Okay,
obviously didn't
so-
want to have a psychotic break again, and I had nothing else to live for aside from the internet, so
I could
attempted
definitely tell.
suicide.
Like,
I
I
told
guess
my
I
parents
could.
I
You
needed
could
to go to the
say
hospital
this is a welcome back video.
because I thought I was
Oh.
bleeding out when I was
Scars. Yeah, I guess you could like say this is like a welcome back video, but they're definitely an overshare at the very least. What do we smell? The blood of a bad piggy? Okay, bruh. Real.
actually fine. And they refused to give me medical attention, and they laughed at me and even threatened to call the police because I was quote-unquote threatening them to take me to the hospital. The next
Yeah,
day,
no, I
I
just
heard
have
my
to take
mom
your
on the
word for
phone
it.
gossiping to her friends about how I attempted suicide and how stupid I was for doing it, and then treated my dad like a hero for refusing to take me to the hospital. I just listened and cried. And it's not like they couldn't
Okay.
afford to take me to the hospital.
Kinda
While I was
feel
showing
bad for
psychotic
Jack,
symptoms at
but he's a
14, They
lot.
were afraid of me and hated being
To
around
be honest,
me.
Birdie's art is
And
so
so they
ugly.
would take me to the
Yeah.
hospital whenever they didn't want to deal with me, and they would leave me there.
I think, like, regardless of what you think about Birdie, Birdie is the prime example of why you should not be online when you're a literal child. All right, like, I get, like, sometimes, like, you want to be getting into the commentary scene or whatever. You want to make content because, you get inspired, right? But Birdie came into the scene, which I'm pretty sure when they were like 12 or 14, and they got big really fast, and that could damage people mentally just off of that, because if you get a lot of attention, that's a lot at once. And that's just with the attention factor. Now imagine the controversy. Birdie has been constantly going through controversies and getting himself in fucked up situations. So no matter what opinion you come to with Birdie, I think they are a prime example of why they should have not been online to begin with, like in the first
Indeed.
place. Oh, dude, what? Who joined my call? Oh, it's Sam. It's over.
Did you see my confrontation with
I'm
Amos?
also in the call. You just ignored me, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry, Frog. Wait, what? Ignoring Frog again. What was your confrontation with Amos?
Oh, I went on his stream and bitched him down because he didn't bother editing the kill he leaked.
Yeah, let me see that actually. I'm heavily curious. Did this just happen?
And poor Chris got blown out.
Like, was this like a couple of
Apparently,
minutes ago?
he's editing the Chris stuff out now.
Okay, so was this like, did he like end stream or something? Like, what happened?
So does she? Or
Okay,
is
so like, okay, Sam. Like, how long ago did you go on his stream? Just so I can get a good
Yeah.
time reference, because I want to see this shit.
Let me look.
All right.
It was probably maybe like 15 minutes ago.
15 minutes ago. Holy shit. Hold on. Oh, because yeah, you could tell because he switches the gameplay. Yeah, loser. Not loser. He's my friend. But yeah, let's Okay, I think I.
And
Okay, yeah, I see you in the call. I'm gonna watch it. It's over. All right, let's see how Amos fares against the Samuel, dude. Not gonna lie, when I watched the video and I felt like they're lying about some shit, the parents and their diagnosis are at least purpose exaggerating. That's possible. Now, just a small little derail. Let's see how Amos fares against Samuel, real quick.
Come on, man, please. Like, I'm genuinely exhausted, but won't be able to sleep till I know this is settled. I'm happy to delete my side and you delete yours, and we are all chilling. You can move on and won't have to worry about that video anymore, and I can just work on my mental health.
He
and
arrives.
And I'll still talk to you if you want. Which, again, why would you ever talk to this guy again when he was like threatening to leak like Discord screenshots, right?
Guys,
Then we
Prism's
got
in the waiting
CV
room.
4 times.
It's over. No, it's all right. I'll probably get to them in a moment.
Amos, bro, what we doing, man?
Dude, we're covering
Amos,
Mr. Himpleton.
why'd you act so friendly, dude? You're so evil, Sam. What are we doing, bro?
Yeah.
Dude. All right, here we go. Here we go.
What do you got to say to the chat, dude?
Well, Himpleton is great. I've actually got one thing to say. I've got to ask, right? I saw you release the kill.
I did.
And Chris said some stuff about his private life. Did you cut that?
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh my God! He didn't cut Chris.
That's
Oh
what I wanted to
no.
say.
Oh no.
We had a few times to cut the private stuff. But
Did he say
unfortunately, it's
that?
already out
Oh my gosh, bro.
there. Yeah, a lot, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I remember him
it is what it
saying
is, though, it's
that.
out there.
Okay, I'll...
Dude, that. Oh, it's over, bro. Okay, I'm gonna keep it going. I'm curious to see how this goes.
I'll DM Chris and apologize. Dude, I don't remember him saying that. Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
fault.
he said it a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
Unfortunate.
Oh
means that,
no.
loads of private
AJ
stuff
said
in
no.
there
That's
from
how you know
everyone.
it's over.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it is what it is. But content brain and content. But I'll let you get back to fucking Himpleton. But yeah, I mean, the apology will help, but I guess it's already out there now. It's private stuff.
I totally forgot about Chris because you were just telling me to like cut shit from ZV, and that's all I remembered. Well,
appreciate it.
It's out there.
Thanks, Chris.
Fuck. Okay.
I
do
wonder
you
if this
wanna say
affects his
anything
energy
about
for the rest of the
Mr.
stream.
Himpleton, what are your thoughts about his recent self implosion, dude?
Well, I'm just interested in the news thing now. I think it's great. Yeah. Honestly, I look. I've made my stances on this very well, but I just came to inform you that,
Dude,
that you said did some stuff, that you didn't, end up doing. But
that's rough.
Amos, have a good rest of the stream. But hopefully, Chris understands that your eyes were locked in with the money.
You guys still let AJ talk? Not really.
Yeah.
Right.
He just talks.
You saw the content and you went, "Fuck the friends." Stand up.
You're grilling him, bro.
I was lazy and I forgot he said that. Okay.
By the seas, threw the friends to the side and went, "Fuck them." I see
Okay,
money
buddy.
in content from an old previous friend, so I'm gonna go for that. And I gotta say,
Okay,
I was
asshole.
fine. So,
Dude.
yeah,
Poor
that's all I
guy.
wanted to say. Right, get back to the
Poor
streaming, right? Get back
dude.
to the money. Right, hope it's worth it. But I'll speak to you later, bro.
Alright, man. Peace out.
Oh no. Oh gosh. That is rough. Oh my god. Hold on.
I know, bro.
Okay. Dude, the thing that killed me, right, was the oh. When you asked if he cut something personal out. Dude. Poor Amos, bro. You've been going through it,
The
man.
worst part is that was like, what is that? The call was like something like, Sam, how long was that ago? Like 19 hours, something like that?
Yeah, he wrote it 19 hours ago, so he had 19 whole hours to edit it as he was saying he was editing it.
You know what's the worst part
Come
about
on.
it, Sam?
What?
I watched that I have my peak viewers at like 43 viewers while watching that.
Good. Yeah, it's currently 47. That's actually brilliant.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, bro. Poor guy. I hope that doesn't affect his stream. But
he well, no one's watching anyway, but he genuinely messaged me saying, "Not going to lie, I'm going live and lazy." Okay.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, I hope you can
So
fix
you
that
just fat
thing.
then.
Yeah, I hope you can fix that Chris thing within like a quick enough time. I mean, that's why I didn't really go over like too much of the call stuff because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, right? I just briefly went over it, just showed like a critical showgun meme just to show like a hint of it of like the call, and I just described what it was. I'm not gonna go into 4 hours of like what's essentially a man breaking down on a Discord call, and I just said he was going on like a break. That's pretty much where I put it. I only talked about like his art controversies of like what he deep dive into, and a little bit of his Aiden fireside chat because it was still about the goblin stuff. So it's like that's the extent of it. So that's rough. That's the issue, dude. If you're gonna show like recorded calls, I don't really care that you recorded the call. You just gotta make sure that if there's private stuff in there, you gotta take it out.
Well, like that's the thing. He got told and he just couldn't be bothered. It's like-
Yeah, that's rough. Fuck. You grilled him, bro. Like, yeah, he obviously felt bad, but you're like, you don't care about your friends.
Well, like everyone told him, and he's like, "Did they?" Oof.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I do remember Chris specifically asking him that. So that's
several times.
yeah. For Chris's sake, I hope that whatever that stuff that was in there didn't get out. So
I mean, it was out for like over an hour, so it's like.
Ooh, yeah. Okay. I mean, all right. All right. Let's see. To sum up, Himpleton wanted that Gabussy, bro. Stop, bro. Yeah.
Fucking Christ, bro.
Dude, my chat's been shipping Himpleton and Romantic Goblin just because of how close he was to her in her DMs. It's like, fuck, dude. It's over. I hope Himpleton doesn't like watch back at this and just goes, "What the fuck, man?" Like, fuck me. But yeah, no. Let's see, a new notification. And yeah, I'm not gonna go leak server stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go more into like the Birdie stuff. W Sam, I guess, lol. Yeah. So if you want to just chill here, I'm just gonna watch a call. All right. All right. So we're gonna continue with the Birdie I'm back video. We still got like over an hour.
So
To get
are you
into.
just gonna be like dead silent for the next 20 minutes?
Oh, next 20 minutes? You're charitable. This video is like an hour and 51 minutes. So I'm just like watching. I'm trying to like react and give my take to it. So I'm not trying to be dead silent, but
You're not gonna be dead silent. You're just gonna.
Yeah, you're not gonna hear me
You're
much.
you're just gonna watch like 2 minutes. Say like, "Oh my god, that's crazy," and then watch another 2 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. That's how I speedrun it. All right. All right. I'm gonna get through it now.
For a few hours or overnight. I had to take a hiatus because my internet was gone for a long time, and even when I got my internet back, I decided not to come back because this place wasn't good for me mentally. And combined with my parents and with my breakup, this place would have broken me, so I decided to stay away. I found loopholes to get my internet back in 2022
I wonder if it's like
without my parents' knowledge, of course.
all
But with my
right.
internet
For
taken
anyone that's
away,
watched
I
this
quickly
video,
began to realize the extent
is Birdie just talking about like their parental life, like how like their parents were abusive, like the where have I been thing. Is that segment really that important? Like do I just like skip and go to the other stuff? Like what do you think, chat?
of my parents' abuse, and I realized I needed to get away from them as soon as possible. But I was only 16 and I didn't have any friends IRL, so there was nobody to save me. Eventually, an online friend, who I will not be naming here, got in contact with me and offered me a safe place to stay. The issue with this is he lived all the way in Maryland,
Ace, I can't
and
even
I lived
find
in
this video
Washington
you're
State,
reacting to.
so I would need to prepare
Ooh.
to move cross-country. I waited
That's
until I
okay.
turned 18, and I prepared for over a year, all while hiding my plans from my parents. I relied on this guy
Was
for
it
my
just
own
called
safety,
I'm
and he
Back?
began to
Yeah, it's called I'm
emotionally
Back by
attack me as
Birdie.
well. He became my favorite person because guess what? I have borderline personality disorder, which I will talk about more later.
Oh wait,
which quickly worsened
seven
our-
months ago.
Yeah, it's
What is this like a video that people are like referring back to?
Yeah, well, I was asked like heavily by my chat to go over this because I haven't yet, so I was like, okay, yeah, might as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
It's surprising how Jack hasn't responded to the allegations. Oh, real. Yes, keep watching the whole thing. Yeah, I guess there's no skipping it. That's a side effect of the internet. You don't have IRL friends, Limfow. Ooh.
unhealthy
Keep it
relationship.
going.
As soon as I had plans ready to purchase a plane ticket, he blocked me, leaving me back at square one, stuck in my abusive household with my parents and with no support system at all. He intended to let me stay at his mom's house, and I was under the impression that she knew I would be coming and that she was allowing me to stay there. I learned after the fact that this guy had lied to me and that his mom had no idea about our plans. Like, she just thought that I was coming to visit, not that I was gonna live there. Also, another really weird thing that this guy did is that he kept bribing me with gifts. Like, according to him, he spent either $200 to $400.
They expected to go live with someone, but all they told their parents is like they were sleeping over. That's why I went.
Wait,
Ooh.
what? I was not watching that. Like,
Yeah,
what-
I know.
is that-
I know.
like,
That's why I went. Ooh. Weird. Fuck. But yeah.
Wait, so going to live with someone, but you told your parents you're just gonna fucking what?
Well, no. See,
What?
they went to go live with like a friend's house because their parents are abusive, so they're trying to get away, right? So they went to go live at a friend's house, but all the friend told their own parents was, yeah, they're just coming over for a sleepover. So it just kind of fucked Birdie a little bit.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I misunderstood what you were saying for a second. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Dollars on gifts for me from like Amazon that he planned to give to me when I arrived at his house. And like even weirder, I have proof that these gifts were real. He ended up sending like 3 of them to me in the mail. And he would hold these gifts over my head constantly to like manipulate me. Like whenever I did something that he didn't like, he would try to control me by being like, dude, I spent like $300 on gifts for you and you're gonna act like this? You're such a bad friend.
It's over.
And like he would keep increasing the price every time he like used this tactic. Like it started out as like, I spent $200 on you, and then it went up to like 400. So honestly, I don't know how much he spent on those gifts. And also, I never asked for them. It honestly, to me, it felt like a
Dude, only Birdie could make someone buying gifts for them seem like a manipulation tactic. Holy fuck, dude. I mean,
oh my god, you got me. You got me a Steam code, bro. You were just trying to use me.
I mean, it's rough. It's fucking rough. Why did they buy Birdie a passport? On God, dude, why did they? There's many excuses Birdie makes for himself, blaming his many disorders. Yeah, I mean, dude, the "Where Have I Been" segment looks so long, dude. Notice how everyone against Birdie is portrayed as evil in this story. Yep.
huge burden.
I have one
I
take
never
here.
asked.
You can blame disorders all you want, but those disorders are still part of you, and it doesn't like take away from your own fucking like responsibility for your own actions.
Yeah, it's.
And I mean, that's probably like an obvious as fuck take, but like I always see people just trying to blame shit on disorders, and it's like, well, I mean, you have that disorder, you have control over yourself. I mean, it might make things harder, but I mean, I doubt it makes things like impossible to fucking control stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, so I mean, all right, so I have BPD, and this person is not the not the call. All right, and then we got someone saying, "What about Kai Weiss? He did the same thing with Omnia." I mean, yeah, we know Kai Weiss is an abuser. The gift tactic thing, it's like I don't know, like I know what you're referring to. Like the whole buying gifts is like, see, I bought you something, so now you gotta do something for me, or like if you do something for me, I'm willing to do this, right? But it's like I think I'm more comfortable like to say Kai Weiss is an abuser because like for that point, because there's like mountains of evidence to suggest that. Birdie is simply just like saying what happened, which I can't prove by any verifiability. Like there's no verifiable evidence other than the word of their mouth. With Kai Weiss, if we're gonna use that point, I could show like I see a whole lot of evidence. All right, there is genuine screenshots of him being like, well, yeah, just show me a little love, and I wouldn't hate getting you gifts so much. I mean, I get you gifts all the time. It's so blatantly obvious with Kai. I don't even think Kai and Birdie's thing is like that comparable at all, really. But yeah, buying gifts and using it against someone could potentially fall under love bombing. Yeah, no, I get that, but it depends. Yeah, he beat women. Okay, dude. Okay, bro. Okay. I love that Among Us imposters in the recommendations, dude. Yeah, it really makes the stream. It really makes the stream, bro.
can the imposter Among Us survive a death battle?
Yeah, dude, it's beautiful.
For any of the gifts, he just decided to love bomb me with them, and I couldn't do anything.
Love bomb?
Because
Ooh.
holy shit, that's a lot of money to spend on like a manipulation tactic. If I'm being honest, that's what it is. Like, holy moly.
I know love
So,
bombing's
now
a
it's
real
the
thing, but
beginning
I
of
always found that to be
2023.
such a
I
fucking
ended up moving
funny
4
term
times in
to,
just
like,
this
call
year,
it.
and I endured
Yeah.
so much abuse, which I will elaborate on shortly. I got back on my feet quickly, and I prepared to complete my GED so I could get a job and afford to move out. Despite the significant progress I was making, my parents kicked me out very soon after I turned 18 with
Dude.
the intention of leaving me homeless on the streets. The day I was kicked out, I went to my grandma's house, and she allowed me to stay there and eventually decided that she would house me until I could afford to move out. I was already working towards completing my GED, so this seemed viable at the time. Issues began to arise when she expected me to wake up early to go to school 3 days a week and work on math at home for an hour every day, as well as getting to all my appointments by myself, which
Yep.
I know it sounds ridiculous that this is where I began to suffer, but I dropped
Okay.
out of school in 9th grade and I have super autism. There's also the
You
fact that I
dropped out
can't
of school
drive,
in
so I
ninth
would have to
grade?
take public transportation to these education
What?
programs and wherever else every
Dude,
time I needed to
dropped
go.
out of school
And
in
it was a
fucking ninth
15-minute walk
grade?
Yeah,
to the bus
there's
stop
quite a bit
every
I
day.
didn't know,
It
I
was the
guess, by
middle
their
of
own
summer,
word.
and I didn't
I
have
knew
any
like a lot of
cool clothes,
controversies,
thanks
but
to
I
my
didn't know like
parents'
simple
neglect.
life things like
There were
that.
also a shit ton of other
At
things
least
I
you
was
should have
dealing with
gotten
at the
like,
time,
or
like
at least
medical
you should
shit.
have gotten like
And
a
speaking of
GCSE
which,
or whatever
I'm
the fuck, right?
chronically anemic, which
Really? Yeah, that's rough. I know like
Like,
they're saying they're autistic, but they failed school because they're autistic, and it's like I don't know if that's like a fair. I see plenty of autistic kids like going through school.
I mean,
Is it
I
harder?
have a
Maybe.
friend who's like 19, 20 who was autistic and completely passed high school. So
Yeah, it's like I mean, it's probably harder, right? Like I mean, because it's just a different like mindset. Like I don't know. I'm not like a huge expert
I
when it
mean,
comes
yeah,
to autism.
but also if you have that, you can get accommodations in school. It's not like it's impossible.
Yeah, and like how do you drop out of the ninth grade? Yeah, like freshman year is like mad
Yeah.
easy.
Dude, I had accommodations in high school because I have ADHD. Like it's and ADHD is less severe than autism, I bet. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So yeah, it's isn't ninth grade 14 or something? Probably. I would have to do the math to be honest, but you're probably
ninth
right.
grade is like 14 or 15.
Yeah,
It's either
yeah, I think you're in the right range. And this is just some mundane shit everyone does. Yeah. Beautiful.
which means that I physically cannot exude as much energy as most people can. TLDR, I'm disabled. I know it sounds like I'm making excuses, but I swear to God, my body and my mind were not built for this kind of lifestyle. I quickly got burnt out, and when I attempted to explain this to her, she yelled at me, which forced me into obedience and led to me attending
What?
school programs in a burnt out state for several months. I'd like to add, these
Okay.
programs were doing literally nothing to help me progress with my GED. I started going to a GED prep program in person, and I completed 2 of the 4 tests independently. But then I shifted my focus to math, which has always been my weakest point, and they set me up on a school Chromebook to take the GED practice test so that the curated
Birdie's
lessons
the
can be gauged
Antichrist,
from my
dude, so
answers from their
over.
website. Listen,
Dude,
I
I
know how to
unmuted
do
the
math.
stream
I
like
just so happen to be
right
much
when
slower at
like Birdie was saying TLDR, I'm disabled. I don't know why. Just that moment started to fucking make me laugh. I don't know why.
Dude.
I don't know why.
Dude, apparently their body was not built for this world, dude. Fuck.
TLDR, I'm disabled. Oh wait, in that fucking drawing was that black shit? Was that supposed to be your fucking eyelids? Are you kidding me? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
at it and have a hard time understanding the questions because guess what? I have a learning disability. I expressed this to the staff and I explained that I was capable of answering the questions, but that I didn't understand what they were asking.
his
And I
eyelid,
politely
sorry.
asked for help and
Sorry.
asked if there were any
All good.
alternatives. They provided me with no help whatsoever despite me being on an IEP, and allowed me to basically skim through all of the questions, selecting random answers and typing in random numbers because I couldn't give a shit if I didn't understand what it was asking. Thus, the curated lessons were inaccurate to my education level, not that it mattered because I can only process information when being taught one-on-one. So, I would have to go in there every week and stare at a screen for over an hour while pretending to do math, sometimes even trying,
Bro, what?
but not absorbing any information
Bro needed the
whatsoever.
Minecraft
I
gameplay
really
for
did
math.
want to complete my GED, so I put in an effort to be put on a tutoring list in that
Wait,
program,
needed the
and I attended
Minecraft
the tutoring
gameplay
sessions
for math?
Bro,
What?
they said math boring as hell, so they just watched Peter Griffin, bro. Like Family Guy. Fucking hell. Everyone with creepy show art hair. Real.
I mean, you could probably do something while, like, you know, I guess you could do like something while also trying to do the real work, like maybe do something engaging or whatever the fuck. But that's literally what, like, if you were like a little kid in high school, Ace,
Yeah.
that's what they would have made like fidget spinners and cubes and shit like that for, legitimately.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Birdie would have rocked a fidget spinner, bro. Like, I could see it. I could see it.
Oh, 100 fucking %, bro.
Dude, all right. Let's keep it going, guys. Gotta keep it on the road.
every week. The issue was, none of these tutoring sessions were one-on-one. It was a classroom setting where a tutor would write random shit on a whiteboard based on requests from other people in the classroom. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I fucking hate public school style education because throughout my entire life, being a disabled dude, I have learned nothing from it. I specifically requested tutoring so I could have help with math one-on-one, but because of the misleading role of the tutor, I made no progress at all once again. And you know that IEP I mentioned earlier? For those unaware, IEP stands for Individualized Education Plan, and it's a tool developed by the American Public Education System, and it was designed for disabled kids to be given the help and assistance they need in school. Yeah. I've been on an IEP during my entire time in school, and even though I officially dropped out, I tested back to be on an IEP while prepping for my GED. So, this was supposed to help me, right? Well, being on an IEP for me meant that I had to now attend an alternative high school, and I was required to show up every Friday. Right. I would go into a classroom early in the morning every Friday and simply be asked to go on a website and study. Same exact bullshit as the GED prep program, except I had to bring my own laptop to the school, so if I managed to forget it, they would literally just have me sit in there for an hour doing nothing. Most of the time, the website wouldn't...
Birdie feels like he's been stuck in the year 2000 for 24 years. That's what that fucking drawing looks like.
I don't know, like some of the like stuff that they're fans of, maybe, I don't know. It's over.
Even open, and when I asked the teacher for help, she told me to just email my caseworker at the GED prep program and get her to figure it out. Completely and utterly useless. Apparently, they were also supposed to help me with emotional regulation, but that never came up in that classroom once. At the end of the school year, the teacher asked me to rate my emotional
More like
growth
Angry
on a scale from
Birdies,
1 to
am I
100,
right?
and even though I was fucking
Get out of the
spiraling,
fucking
I
chat.
lied and said
Get out of the
100
chat.
because I did not want to
Real.
keep going there. I don't know if you've guessed, but at this point, I've
Get
been
out of the
my
fucking
GED
chat right
entirely.
now.
Fuck work anyways.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm physically or mentally capable enough to uphold a job in the first place. Fuck capitalism, fuck the public school system, fuck ableism. Excuse me, I just wanted to rant about that whole shit show for a little bit. Kinda got off track, but I suppose it is an important part of my journey through hell this past year, so it deserves an honorable mention. Meanwhile, as I was dealing with all this, the Maryland dude from before started harassing me privately and leaking my artwork and vents publicly and claiming I abused him, which led
Ace,
to a resurgence in Birdie
this is
drama.
interesting. By the way, one of the stickers here is from a fetish game called Change. Which one? Which one is from there?
You know what? We'll just let the audience decide. We'll let them interpret what they think it is, and we'll with
Yeah,
that.
guys, which sticker?
Yeah.
Which sticker is it?
Yeah, with that knowledge, we'll move on.
Despite me being on hiatus and also still healing from what this guy did to me. This led to, guess what, another psychotic break. I had paranoia so extreme that I unadded all of my friends except for like 2 of them. I could no longer read texts or emails or respond to calls. I couldn't open letters, I couldn't go out in public, and it eventually got so bad that I couldn't leave my room.
Relax, bro.
I
It's a
started to
joke.
believe
Yeah,
that the
yeah. I'm
government-
totally livid at you saying angry birdies. That was totally real rage.
He sounds like he's joking, but like Frog literally goes into my DMs being like, "Why the fuck does this guy always talk about like Angry Birds?" And he just like throws like a fit. He actually sends me voice recordings, but I'm not gonna leak them on stream. Where he just like breaks a table, like that. That's how like livid he gets, right, Frog?
That's a lie. I am not strong enough to break a table.
Yeah, you like get it. You cut it with a saw first, and then you gotta break it. Bro needs help. Whatever. Oh wait, hold on. Whatever vote is worse. I wasn't paying attention to the question. You know what? Speaking of voting, right? Let's have a little engage. Let's have a poll. Is Birdie vindicated? And yeah, we'll just put the question mark and start the poll. You guys have fun with that one. And obviously, while we're here, if you guys are new, any like support to the channel would be great, dude. Obviously, like I would love some more likes. But yeah, let's have some fun with the vote, dude. Let's see what you guys choose, and I'll just like come back to it later. Dude, I swear, if everyone just picks yes, it's over. All right, here we go.
Was monitoring me and that every human being had the potential to hurt me, and the things I was saying started making less and less sense.
Dude,
When I addressed
no,
these concerns
you
with my
have to
grandparents, they
you have
laughed
to
at me.
pick yes
They
because
tried to
remember,
help,
like
I
they're
guess. I wouldn't really count
disabled
this as
or
helping
whatever
because
the
it was
fuck.
more so in a
They have mental problems.
let's tell it why this is ridiculous sort of tone. They gave
Temporary
me a classic
insanity.
speech of why would the government target you in particular? What's so special about you? And I think anyone with a
Wait,
brain can realize that
whoever
this
votes
reasoning
yes
does
is a
not work on
pedophile?
somebody
Oh
in
no.
a psychotic and
Oh
delusional
no,
state.
Ace,
Even
I
worse, I have
voted yes.
paranoid reasons
Oh
as to
no.
why the government person
Oh,
was
no.
targeting me. I am not a normal person. I have a significant internet presence. People do
Fuck,
spy on
dude.
me and
This
have
guy
in the past.
Force, he
I'm
just owned
severely
me.
mentally ill, so
Yeah.
I thought that maybe they were monitoring me to experiment on my psyche. I couldn't go to the GED prep program anymore. Every time I would step onto the public bus and feel the presence of every human
I'm
around
going
me,
to
I would
rig
feel
this vote
violently
by making
nauseous.
people look
Every
bad for
time I
saying
would walk
yes.
into the
Well,
building,
you
I
just
would feel
did.
everyone's eyes
There,
glaring
there,
at
there
me
you
as I
go. How the
walked
fuck
in,
do you
and I
feel, huh?
felt unexplainable terror. As I became sicker, my grandma became more and more aggressive with me. She began to yell at me more. I didn't feel safe in her house anymore, and this led to me isolating myself even further and becoming more paranoid. She eventually decided to kick me out because of my mental illness, despite me vocalizing that I wanted to get better and that I knew I could. As I grew sicker, my final weeks there, she found it more acceptable to verbally abuse me for my behavior. Knowing my therapist's
Verbally
office was my
abused?
final safe
What-
space left in person, she emailed my
What do
therapist
they
a
do?
mean-spirited
What?
wall of text, although my therapist decided not to give me the details because it was very hurtful.
Did they say
towards
fuck
me.
you?
During one of my
cable
appointments,
voice?
she followed me
Yeah.
inside and demanded that she is present for the appointment so she could insult me in front of my therapist.
All I'm gonna
And when I
guess
gently
is that they
told her
didn't
no,
respect
she
their
stormed out
pronouns
and
because
told
it's a
me she wasn't
grandmother,
driving
but
me
like
home
I don't
and that
know.
she wasn't taking me to my appointments anymore. I
Grandmother
completely
was
stopped leaving the
verbally
house after
abusive.
this. I remember for that
Their
entire
grandmother
appointment,
used her
despite
voice
being
to
used
pick
to
up
this
a
sort of
table and
behavior from
slam
my
it on
grandma,
Birdie.
I was crying
Yeah.
uncontrollably because I knew that even though I didn't live
Call
with my
to
parents
action.
anymore, I still wasn't safe from the abuse I've received my entire life. My grandma said a lot of hurtful things. I don't remember most of them, but I know that because I don't remember them, it was very not good. I do, however,
What? Okay.
remember
You know, I'm not even gonna
her
dig into
defending my
that.
parents for
That's gonna be a
abusing me and
long
kicking me
argument.
out and telling me that she regretted not letting me become homeless and that she was quote-unquote rewarding me for my behavior by giving me a safe place to stay because it was my own fault I was kicked out apparently. I remember her saying that I was manipulating her into letting me stay at her house. I remember her threatening to send me to the mental hospital involuntarily so she wouldn't have to deal with me anymore because I relapsed back into self-harm and
You
she
see,
thought this would be a good
the
excuse
thing
to
that
have me
sucks about a lot of these
institutionalized.
claims
Honestly, I'm still suffering
is
effects from this
I have to
psychotic episode to
all
this
of the
day.
stuff I have to
Obviously, the
take Birdie's
psychosis
word
is something
for
that
it.
I live with, but some of that paranoia still lingers.
So it's
Obviously,
like
I was extremely paranoid.
this feels like an oversharing thing, and it's like whether people believe it or not, can you really be surprised that people are skeptical when you're just telling them things of like anecdotal stuff? It's like I don't know. It's I don't know. It just seems crazy for some of the stuff. Let's see. Oh, they drew hair on their arms? I didn't even realize. They probably wanted to see what they were saying. Yeah.
Paranoid before this too, but after the events of the past year, I don't think I'll ever be the same. So, I had no options left, and my other family members straight up wouldn't let me stay with them. I tried to explain the situation to all of them, but none of them had a grasp on mental illness and essentially told me to just get over it or power through it. So now I had to
I'm
go to
seriously
a homeless
bird
shelter.
quacking right
It wasn't
now.
a
I'm
regular
banning
homeless
you.
shelter, though. It was
I'm
a
banning you
homeless shelter
from the chat.
/ mentoring
Stop quacking,
program,
bro.
which basically means that it's a homeless shelter except with responsibilities, and the owner basically chooses your life path for you.
I'm sorry,
With
I
the
know
threat
I'm
of
like
sending you to a
interrupting
lesser
you
homeless shelter if
watching
you
this
didn't
video.
follow through with the goals he
Could
set
be
up for
like
you.
that.
Perfect environment for an abused, burnt out, mentally ill, paranoid dude, right? So this all went about as well for me as you could guess. I was surrounded by other homeless people with no privacy. I was too paranoid to go outside, and I barely had any money, so I couldn't get myself groceries, and I basically began to starve. Most days, all I ate was a granola bar or two, and some days I didn't even eat at all. I stopped showering because the living space was so dirty that I didn't feel clean after showering anymore. I was in an unsafe area. People would pizza bomb the place, and there would be police outside with loaded
Oh, so you got
rifles, and
pizza
literally
bombed.
everybody would laugh it off while I hid in my room and had a panic attack. One
Pizza
day I got
bomb?
too scared to drink the
Ooh.
water because of how dirty
Wow.
the sink was, and I came dangerously close to passing out due to dehydration. I began to lose
Then
weight I
drink
didn't wanna lose
water.
due to the lack of food. I was barely
You can't be
sleeping,
dehydrated
too.
if you drink
I texted
water.
my grandma one day to ask if I could have
Fuck.
some food in her house that I knew nobody
Just
was
get
eating, and she got
fucking
mad at me
water.
for me not to blow up her phone asking for help
Ooh.
ever again. I essentially rotted in my room there every day, and not a single person cared. This isn't even mentioning the transphobia I experienced at the shelter.
Okay, yeah, so
Literally
they did
everybody
say
there would
that
keep
they were
misgendering me, including
they
my
dealt with
lesbian roommate.
transphobia.
Like, dude, you're LGBTQ. You should know better. The owner introduced me to everyone with my dead name behind my back for literally no reason. Like, there wasn't even a legal reason for him to do this. On my last day there, the owner admitted he called me Jack instead of using my pronouns because, quote, it's annoying how often trans people change their pronouns and it's too hard to keep track of. And then he proceeded to mansplain the concept of transphobia to me and that some people may not agree with your lifestyle and you just have to let those people misgender you. And I had to agree with him because I didn't want to be the annoying tranny who stands up for his own rights because that would have pissed him off for sure. So yeah, I think the month that I lived at the homeless shelter was the angriest I'd ever been in
So
my
they
whole
lived
life.
at a shelter
My
and dealt
family
with
abandoned me. People
transphobia.
online were harassing me. There was nobody to
Bro, this
save
person
me.
just
The people
unlucky,
at the
bro.
shelter left me to rot, and nobody even cared
Yeah,
at
they're
all.
just so
I couldn't
fucking
even cry
unlucky,
about
bro.
it because I had
They have
zero
like every
privacy.
horrible
I
thing
was
happening to them
completely
at
alone,
once.
and I was seething
Yeah.
with rage. I knew I needed to get the
Yeah,
hell
that's
out.
actually a good point. He only focuses on the negative stuff, like we get it. Like, okay, so when you say where have I been, right? If this is like an update, I think you should also tell us some of the positive stuff, you know, like what you've been doing, right? Like, because this just gives off the whole thing of like, oh, well, woe is me, like, you know, I just deal with everything.
Yeah.
Like, if the whole my life is horrendous.
It's kind of like you ask someone, "How's your day been?" and they're just like, "Oh, I just fell off a cliff, broke both of my legs, and I'm mentally dead.
Yeah,
How
but
are
who,
you doing?"
yeah, but who cares, right? But like, yeah, but like, all right, I'll keep it going. We all get the point.
Out of that place before I ended up killing myself, so I contacted my Nana. I told her about my situation, and she offered to come pick me up. I arranged for her and her husband to come pick me up and house me, and I didn't tell anybody in my family or anybody at the shelter until the day before she was showing up, because I knew they would try to keep me at the shelter. Of course, when I told the rest of my family, they were pissed. So my Nana arrived, and I got the hell out of there. I began staying at her place, and I quickly realized this was a really bad idea. They had me live in their garage, and the room that they placed me in had no locks and no doors. My Nana and her husband very quickly became abusive. Her husband would yell at me and shove me and tug on my clothes and chase me into my room. I would
Dude, just
hide under the bed from him.
why
but
didn't
he
you
would
just call like
keep yelling.
CPS,
He would call
dude?
me
At that
retarded
point,
and swear
if
at
you're getting
me
like
and
physically
yell.
abused,
Every time I would go nonverbal, he would start screaming at me, and my Nana would ask me why I
Yeah,
wasn't normal.
yeah,
She
that
would
would have
enable
been
it by
a good
telling him I was
fucking
doing it on
option.
purpose because I
I
didn't
know,
like
I know.
him, which is rich
CPS
coming from her.
can sometimes be bad for the kids that get into it, but like if you're getting abused, it's probably a better situation.
yeah, I mean, I feel like it's gonna be a better situation than just getting like punched around, regardless. His life is like cartoonishly unlucky, which sounds so unreal. Yeah, I mean, like that's yeah, Birdie's like whole thing's like a series of unfortunate events, dude. Fuck me. But yeah, if you don't get the reference, that's okay. We'll just keep going.
Her, considering she also
Birdie's
suffers
the
from
type of
autism and
person
BPD
to
and psychosis
break his arm and then slip on a banana peel the
as
second
well.
after.
Like, why aren't
Ooh.
you normal, Karen? You guys have no idea how long I've wanted to make that joke. Her name is actually Karen. Anyways, her husband would threaten to kick me out literally every week, and this is when I started making plans for my current roommate to pick me up because I was in an urgent situation. My Nana wasn't much better than her husband. She would disrespect my boundaries physically and would grab me, and she would allow her husband to yell at me and she would defend him. Every week, when her husband would threaten to kick me out, I would present options of places for me to stay. I told her I could stay at a motel until my roommate came to pick me up, and she would come up with all sorts of bullshit to prevent me from having a safe place to stay. I would give her options, but she would say weird shit like she could take me to Oregon so I could live at her unfinished beach house despite her being unable to drive. She
What?
offered to buy a house in my hometown so I could stay there. She told me to just get an apartment by myself. Like, come on, in this economy, with the disabilities that I have, being unemployed? It'd be easier to cure cancer by mixing a shampoo potion together. I told her everything I said here about
Okay,
the homeless
but you-
shelter, and that was not an option. I had
You
options
should've
on
just
where
got
to
a
stay,
job
but
then
she
and
straight
to
up
counter
refused
that.
to let me go safely. She forced me to go back to
Wait,
the homeless shelter one day.
Okay, so like they're talking about like they were recommended to just go like rent an apartment, right? They say like the classic in this economy, with my disabilities and as unemployed, like I mean you could just get a job for like one of those things, right? Like I don't think it takes a huge IQ to like flip burgers at McDonald's or anything like that.
Yeah, and also, if you're disabled, if you're disabled, I'm pretty sure as long as you've had like work history and stuff beforehand, like you could probably get checks for disability because you can't work.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
oh, like
I mean,
I'm
it
sure,
wouldn't be much money, but it would be something.
like were they even like filed for unemployment? Like I don't know, like
Oh yeah, you could also get unemployment checks, huh?
yeah, or
Yeah,
like
that's also a thing.
or
It-
welfare, you know, like or anything, right? There's options.
yeah, but there's options for these situations. I don't get it.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, it's like yeah, I know. Like Birdie's audience just kind of like just ate this up for no reason.
I feel like Birdie would live in a cardboard box if it means that they're a victim.
Yeah, imagine giving 10K to this person. That's what I'm saying, dude.
I didn't have a choice because I had no method of transportation. There weren't any public buses in
Wait,
the
I'm like
area.
behind
I
on
was
board.
literally
They
in the
gave
middle of
Birdie
nowhere.
10K. Oh, was
No.
that like the?
That was the Cine stuff because like they said like, please help me. My roommate's a groomer, and they had a Kickstarter to try to get out, and they raised over $10,000 and dipped
Fucking hell, $10,000
within
dude.
like a day too.
Dude, I should get a roommate claim their groomer and then start a Kickstarter.
Yeah, yeah. So it's rough, but you know we got to keep the stream going. We're only barely halfway, like not even halfway through. But it's almost half an hour though, so it's like a quarter of the way through. Fuck. Okay, here we go.
Oh my god, are you gonna watch the entire thing on stream?
I gotta.
Holy shit.
By the way. My
Fucking
options
hell,
were
Ace.
going back to the
Okay.
shelter
I probably
or being
skipped
left to
the
the
ferret
streets
thing
of
'cause
this
I already
nowhere
watched that.
neighborhood and either starving to death or getting killed by coyotes.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
got so desperate, I texted my mom and my grandma for help. And my grandma told me that it was my fault for being kicked out again and yada yada, and to call the owner of the shelter so I could go back. My mom told me to go back to the shelter too. I told them both why that wasn't an option and that I needed somewhere to stay where I had a basic level of assistance because on my own I would literally starve to death, and my mom told me it would be fine and that her and my grandma would help me get groceries and get to my appointments. Where was that kind of help I needed a few months ago? Why are you all of a sudden willing to help me? Well, I didn't have a choice, so I called the owner of the shelter and asked if I could get back in. Fuck.
Why'd you leave this in, bro?
Sorry, Squirt.
Okay.
The thing
Come
is,
on.
my nana and her husband threatened to kick me out so often that I made plans for my roommate to come pick me up on November 4th. Due to this information, the owner rejected me and told me I couldn't go back to the shelter. Well, I couldn't stay at my nana's house for obvious reasons, so I had to go back to my parents' house. I'm not even kidding. I stayed there for a little less than a week until my roommate was able to drive from Missouri to Washington to pick me up. For those curious, my roommate is Cinnybear03, another animation
Oh,
maker, furry,
boy.
previous Sans fangirl. What are the chances?
The
As of
lore.
writing this, we've been living together for almost 2 months. We've known each other through the internet since we were kids, and we used to watch each other's videos on a regular basis, so
The
it is
lore.
incredibly surreal knowing that we ended up living
This
together.
is them moving
but,
into
like,
Cinny
good
Bear.
surreal. I honestly don't know what I would have done without her. I know for sure I would have been homeless on the streets. It's hard to express how grateful I am to have this opportunity and to have a friend like this.
Yeah,
in
what was
my
that
life,
caption
because
for? That's what I'm
I've
saying.
never experienced this kind of love and care and compassion until now. But I am incredibly grateful to have a chance at life, and it's all because of Cinny. Everyone in her life was telling her not to come get me, but she went out of her way
This
to
is
save
really
me
eerie
regardless.
looking back at
We had
now.
a nice road trip. We were in the car for about
Ugh.
2 days. We snuggled up under some blankets and watched YouTube videos, ate snacks, listened to music, talked about things, and took naps on each other. We were homeless for a few days, but her friend
No.
provided us a place to sleep.
They just
until we
like
could move
fine
into our
wine,
apartment.
dude, for
And
real.
now we're here. We have our own place.
Cine
and
expert,
we're happy.
photos taken for
Not
disaster.
once in my entire life
Agreed.
did I ever think I would have a future like this. Like, up until now, I had never been in a safe environment, so I had no concept of that ever becoming a reality. I fantasized about a future like this since I was very little, and now I'm here. I'm still mentally ill, I'm still struggling, I'm still healing from my past, but I'm happy and I'm safe, and I have a chance at life. I've never had that before. And I never could have done that without Cinny. She saved my life.
Ugh.
A
yeah.
chewy order for Cole is on the way.
No, sorry,
Because Mom and
the ads are bad.
if they
Yeah, sorry guys. Let me fix that. Okay, yeah, so the whole like that's really rough to look back at now to also know that like Cinny paid most of the bills. Yeah, it all makes sense too. Fuck. Okay, why did I come back? Trigger warning: child abuse and neglect. Can't you just say you came back because I wanted to? Like, why does there have to be a trigger warning for like fucking neglect and child abuse? Why can't it be something as simple as I changed my mind, I really like the art, and I just wanted to come back and make content? What is this?
I feel like if you put trigger warnings in there, wouldn't that usually be like in the beginning of a
Well,
video?
they did it in the beginning, but they're doing it like in the beginning of every segment too.
Well, child abuse and neglect. I swear the previous section also fucking mentioned that.
Yeah, here we go, guys. Fuck, I didn't want to full screen it.
So
Yeah.
if anybody was watching this video this way through, like, who the fuck has been watching this video this way through would have been like, you know, scared off by child abuse and neglect.
Yeah, fuck me. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Holy shit, I did not mean to ramble that much. Well, time to ramble some more. So, I am notoriously known for not being good at interneting. like emotional outbursts, constant venting, oversharing personal information, things like that.
Yeah,
The
like you've
reason I
been
joined
doing
the
this
internet in
video.
the first place at 11 years old is
Oversharing.
because I wasn't loved at home.
So they
and I
joined
was
the
being
internet at
oppressed
11.
school too.
I thought it was
I had a
12.
warped
That's
view
rough.
of the internet only being a child, and I believe that all of my viewers
That's like
would
a
act as
1 year
friends.
difference. To be fair, it
I
doesn't really
believed
like
that
make
I could display
much
my
of a
emotional
difference. It's
issues
just
to the
like
public and
it
be
just goes
supported
to
by
show they're
strangers
fucking
because my
like
parents would not provide
so
this for me.
terminally
I
online.
began to get popular
Yeah.
online at 12, but I received negative attention instead of the comfort and positivity that I wanted, and it broke me. I was trapped between worlds. I couldn't stay on the internet because it was killing me, but I also couldn't leave the internet because my home life was killing me. So I chose escapism, despite how much it was hurting me. During the times when I would have my internet forcefully taken away, my psychotic
Let's see.
symptoms would get worse.
I think
So
there's a
even
lot
if
of
I ever tried-
exaggerating in the video, but it's not unrealistic for Birdie to have psychosis that went mostly untreated. Well, here's the thing. I don't think anyone's calling this just like outright lies. It's just there is just a lot of exaggerating and stuff. So I mean, it's completely understandable that like Birdie would have had psychosis or whatever, right? Like I believe some of the mental issues and stuff, but also Birdie's just using that as a crutch to like not get a job and other shit.
Yeah, it's like it should be like a thing. Like, okay, so that's what you have, not like an excuse.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know what? I'll keep it going. I'll keep it going.
chose to leave the internet, it would significantly decrease my quality of life. I would have public outbursts here because the internet was my life, and I didn't have anybody IRL to confide in. And even when I did, they would talk about me on the internet or watch videos about me. My own parents did this, which is hilarious. Like, I'm pretty sure they watched Birdie rants together on their TV. This is like cartoon villainy. And even when issues were kept private between friends, well, all of my friends were online friends. And they were only friends with me because I'm infamous here, and they wanted a piece of it. So they would leak screenshots of my personal issues and call it drama, and I'd get harassed for it. This is still continuing to this day with my ex-friends because they get gratification and support for hurting me and spreading lies. But again, I will get into this later. The internet raised me. My parents were completely
internet
absent,
raised
and whenever
you?
they were there, they
Ooh,
showed
that's
me
rough.
anger and they disliked me for who I was.
That's how we get
But
people like
I'm not
Birdie.
with them anymore. I'm safe and I'm happy. I've made significant progress in getting better too. Before I moved to Missouri, I had been going to therapy for almost a year, and I was working with my psychiatrist to treat my mental illness. I have a support system that I know I can trust and rely on, and even though I'm basically starting from square one, with being in a safe environment for the first time, I've been getting better. Even years before this, I've made active efforts to better myself as a person and keep an open mind and learn from my mistakes at any chance I get. I can confidently say that I have improved significantly. I've had plenty of time to grow, reflect, heal, and change as a person. And
Yeah, I
I'm really
wouldn't be
excited
so
for
sure
you all to
about
meet
that.
the new me. I'm ready for you all to
Let's
enjoy my
see.
art, and I hope that the harassment surrounding me that has been normalized will finally stop. Let's normalize having fun on the internet instead.
Yeah,
okay?
another thing-
I want this channel to be
another
a
thing that
platform
did
that
not
spreads
age well.
positivity and awareness
A
about
lot of
mental
people
health
dislike you
and fun
now.
art for people to enjoy. But before I'm able to post things again, I would first like to dispel some things and take responsibility for the Birdie drama. After this video, I don't want to talk about Birdie drama ever again, but I do
no
want to talk
worries.
about it here for the last time to clear the air and to apologize for everyone I've hurt. So let's delve into tier 1 of the hashtag Birdie drama iceberg. Okay, I'm going to be serious.
Okay. So it took us over half an hour just to get into responding to your controversies. Fuck me.
Serious again. Truthfully, I don't owe any of you an explanation for the things that have happened. I've stayed quiet about it on my platform up until now because I frankly want nothing to do with it at all, and I never have. I never talked about it because it scared me. But I've decided to come out here and talk about what happened today because the vast majority of the controversy surrounding me is false, and I believe a lot of you are simply misled or confused about the information. My therapist told me about a concept once that really stuck with me. It's called the curse of knowledge bias. She explained to me that although I know that Birdie drama consists of lies and exaggerations, and I know that my parents abused me, and I know that my ex-friends are lying about me and trying to publicize personal issues, and I know that I've been taken advantage of by everybody involved in this, nobody else knows, and I'm frustrated because you cannot see what's so obvious to me. So it's time for me to tell everybody the
Hashtag
truth,
Rip Barrett.
so you can all understand. Let me be clear, I still do not want anything to do with Birdie drama. I would not like this drama to be continuously dragged on going forward. A lot of it makes me feel genuinely unsafe. My intention is to address the events that the public is concerned with, disprove the information, apologize for the genuine hurt that I've caused, take accountability, and then move on.
Yeah,
And
you
I
still
know,
get a
this
lot of
sounds like
shit
the
for
most
Birdie
generic
drama.
YouTuber thing
It's
ever,
over.
like coming out about allegations from years ago and apologizing for it only now. I genuinely hope I do not come across as condescending in this video for those reasons. I've waited so long because this shit is scary, I was on hiatus, I just didn't know what to say for the longest time, and people just generally don't believe me about these things. I wasn't ready to talk about it before. The harassment I've experienced from these events have hurt me, my family, my friends, and have quite literally taken my childhood away from me, and this damage is irreversible. But I've decided to address it because I need you all to understand that this needs to stop, and why. I'm not the one perpetuating this. I have been out of the public eye for 2 years, and this has still continued. I understand that I cannot change everyone's minds, because while I believe that a large portion of the people discussing this are misled, there is also a large portion who have the intent to cause genuine harm to me because they enjoy it. I also understand that some of the things I've done are genuinely unforgivable, and if you feel uncomfortable or unsafe viewing my content because
What's
of
the
that,
ferret
you don't have to
incident?
stick around.
Dude, it's just really rough, dude. Like, the whole thing is, like, their groomer tried to, like, I guess they said that they were groomed to try to do something with the ferret, but they said that they didn't actually go through with it. So, nothing apparently happened with the ferret. According to them. It's just rough. But, like, a lot of people like to bring it up. With, like, the free the ferret. So, it's like...
Wait, so you're mentioning something with the ferret. That's not what I think you're implying with that, is it? Holy shit.
Yeah, someone, like, that they're with tried to, like, convince them to do something with the ferret, like, sexually. So it's...
Oh.
That's why everyone says free the ferret. But, like, apparently nothing actually happened, according to Birdie. So it's like... Bleh. It's just a sick thought. But yeah. I guess I'll keep it going, guys.
So now, you're probably wondering, which parts are misinformation and which parts are true? I'm going to list off all of these events in order, so we'll get into the serious stuff later on. But for now, let's start from the beginning, shall we?
That's what I said.
Holy fuck, dude, the amount of ads in this video. Ugh. Ew, gross, I agree. This person, yucky. Dude, at some point, I'm just gonna get, like, YouTube Premium on my second channel if I'm gonna do live streams. At this point. Trigger warning, grooming, pedophilia, and coxa. SCS will be shown. Dude, so, too much Birdie lore. But Birdie's own words was because the ferret didn't consent. Yep. 2017
So, you guys remember
SFW
when I
art.
was 12 years old and I drew porn depicting pedophilia? And instead of being concerned or wondering
What?
if I was okay, everyone got mad at me for it, and it ended up being the first thing that canceled me in the public eye.
Alright,
good
Ace, I'm gonna
times.
go, but this has been fun.
Yeah, you take care, man.
Alright.
Stay safe.
You know I was groomed by Kitty Dog, right?
Okay, you can't say you were... Okay, the kitty dog thing kind of bothers me, because it's like, okay, they said they were groomed by Kitty Dog, alright? They were 12, alright? And Kitty Dog was 14. But the thing I went over in last stream, too, with the clips, I guess it comes from the same video, that's so annoying, is with Kitty Dog, they'll say that they were groomed despite the age gap being 2 years. However, when Birdie was 16... they went for a 13-year-old, and they genuinely tried to make the points, I should have recognized the decision, like, you know, the right thing, what to do, but I just wasn't mentally able to recognize it. And they're a hypocrite. By their own standards, they would also be a groomer, or both cases are not grooming. Alright, you can't have it both ways. That's just hypocritical.
Fuck starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Okay, I know, that was a total curveball. If you aren't aware of who Kitty Dog is, which would be shocking if you weren't, she's this super duper popular animation memer who makes very sexual videos. I'm totally not surprised that this happened. And when I was 11 to 12 years old, she was basically my idol. I made a shit ton of videos about her, and she commented on them asking me to join Discord, and you can see where this is going. I'm not going to get into the grotty details
They
right
were
now
14!
It's genuinely traumatic for me, but I will include some screenshots in this section as I elaborate. Anyways, this shouldn't have been drama in the first place, but Kitty Dog encouraged me to make drawings like those, and that's why they exist. I know a few of you are probably going to say this as some sort of counter-argument, so I'd like to acknowledge it. The age gap wasn't, like, huge. I was 12 and she was 14, but, like, let's not get caught up in the logistics of grooming. I am not misusing the word. I can...
Let's not get caught up in the logistics of grooming. I'm not misusing the word. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. How do you say in the same video, I got groomed by a 14-year-old, but you had a 3-year age gap with, like, a 13-year-old, and then you try to make the case that the 13-year-old manipulated you? Are you kidding me? What the fuck do you... Of course you're using the word wrong.
can confidently say that this is what this was. There was a huge power dynamic. Kitty Dog was aware of the power she had over me, being a massive creator that I looked up to, and I was not old enough to consent to these things.
Neither were they! You cannot genuinely convince me a 14-year-old has the mental capacity to be able to groom someone. No, that just doesn't happen. Are you fucking kidding me? You cannot say it's on the same level as an 18-year-old or any other adult. That is a fucking illogical conversation to have. Kitty Dog is a rabbit, but okay, Kitty Dog is also a rabbit, not as deep as Birdie, but also the same conclusion. Children shouldn't be on the internet, but she also did music. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie, right? From what I've heard of Kitty Dog, they're not like a great person. Like, I think they're a little weird, right? But it's like, at the same time, calling them a groomer is fucking insane. And they still, to this day, claim to be groomed by them. This was a mutual thing at the time. Walking contradiction. Exactly.
I was 12. Another thing to bring into consideration is that apparently Kitty Dog was also being groomed during this time period, but this still doesn't excuse her behavior. Especially when we consider COCSA to be a trauma response, which stands for child-on-child sexual abuse. And yes, sexual abuse can be accounted for under messaging like Kitty Dog did. I'm aware of the fact people are still going to defend Kitty Dog in this situation, but at least acknowledge the impact this had on me as a kid. This led to the first time I got into big internet drama. And
Okay,
Kitty Dog completely threw
you
me
dealt
under
with
the
something
bus
fucking
and just went
crazy.
down.
I
Despite
get it.
encouraging me to draw art like this
You
prior to
can't
it
just
being
label them a
publicized.
groomer.
She essentially made fun of me for being harassed while still pretending to be my friend. Later, when I was 13, she began drawing NSFW art of my sonas while also acknowledging that I was uncomfortable with it, but assumed that I would allow an exception for her because she's a popular creator that I looked up to. I consented to her drawing porn of me, but it was only because I was scared to say no. She started drawing
my God.
NSFW art of me that depicted her sexually assaulting me, using a sona she made to represent her obsession with me, while she was dating someone else, might I add. I was very
It was a groomer
uncomfortable.
being
A
groomed.
year later, when I was 14, I
This is
vented
just
to
so
someone
freaking
telling them how
insane.
uncomfortable
Yeah.
I was with her drawing this art of me, and I sent some of it to them. They ended up leaking it, and Kitty Dog found out, and she got mad at me. I will acknowledge that I should have communicated to her myself that I was uncomfortable, but then again, I was scared to say no, and I didn't know how to communicate efficiently at that age, and I didn't intend for it to be leaked, nor did I anticipate that. She told me she was upset because the art was posted on my Encyclopedia Dramatica page, which I'm honestly still angry about because, like, she wasn't harassed from what I saw, or at the bare minimum held accountable for her actions. It was brushed aside as Birdie drama, and I got the blame for it because I consented, despite me not being old enough to. It was my Encyclopedia Dramatica page. It was posted for the purpose of lolcowing me, not her. I have no idea what she's like as a person now, but I can't forgive her. She has acknowledged what she did to me, but she never made an effort to apologize to me. In her card, she expresses remorse for having hurt people in the past and vaguely apologizes publicly, but she never
Okay.
apologized to me. I'm not attempting to defame her or cancel her. Like I said, I don't
mean,
even
you
know
are
her
when you
anymore.
call them a
I just
groomer.
wanted to be honest about her treatment towards me so you can all get like a full picture of the Birdie drama. Now, this wasn't as bad as the other times I've been groomed, but it still had a huge effect on the way that my brain developed. I needed to understand that animation meme community was a breeding ground for grooming to take place. These kinds of videos were made for a child audience, and the adults in this community never called this out or took any action. A lot of the adults here took advantage of people like me, and they failed people like me. My parents failed me too. They knew what kinds of videos I was making and watching, and they even knew that I was being groomed, and they didn't do anything. It's funny, when they found out I was being groomed, albeit by a different guy, they grounded me for it. I don't know if you can tell, but my childhood is
Actually, how can you like complain about like that when you also like post some really weird shit and have a 16+ account? If you draw like really weird art, if you want to stay consistent with your logic, wouldn't it be an 18+ account and you just wouldn't interact with minors in general? Like, if you're against that, right? You can't just say the adults failed you. I mean, technically, right? You're failing them by literally what we just read earlier. Yeah, I think they went with the grooming thing because they have a deep grudge against and just wanted to ruin them in some way. Yeah, for sure. I've heard some things about Kitty Dog, but it's like, yeah, it's not grooming.
like cartoonishly messed up. Anyways, I think the drama that resulted from this is pretty funny sometimes because the main argument that renters used is that it was illegal for me to draw porn at 12 years old. I'm
Well,
sorry, but have
yeah.
you ever met a 12-year-old that hasn't drawn porn? If that were
What?
illegal, we'd live in some sort of dystopian society where anyone under the age of 18 would be locked up.
What? Are you trying to tell me it's a common thing that 12-year-olds draw that shit? No. No, it's not. You're just fucked up internally online. That is a completely, like, that's a you thing. Holy shit.
While this is funny to me now, this was extremely traumatic to go through as a child. This was the first time I had been harassed to this degree.
And just because you do it doesn't mean it's not illegal. Are you kidding me? Like, no, I don't think any kid should do that. Holy shit.
And as a result of this, my address was leaked for the first time. Files were contacting me, which resulted in me being groomed at least 5 more times.
What?
People were making threats to me, and my life was just ruined. Something interesting I'd like to mention, which I think is a nice segue into our next topic. Do you remember Fontic, my partner at the time? He was the one who leaked the NSFW art in the first place, which I honestly can't fault him much for, considering he was 11, and it wasn't his fault that other people decided this was enough basis to harass me over or make videos about. But he leaked the NSFW images to a Birdie hate server with the intention of ruining my life, he told me. I don't have proof of this, unfortunately, because he said this during one of my live streams in 2017, which is now lost media. But the disturbing factor of this is that his intention of, quote, ruining my life never went away. He's 18 now. Let's talk about him.
What?
Have you ever tried to...
Oh my gosh, okay. Dude, I'm about to get, like, YouTube Premium after this. After this stream.
I'm gonna be straightforward with this. Malachi is a groomer, neo-Nazi, racist, pro-shipper, school shooter idolizer, abuser, and manipulator. There are already a ton of videos about this out there, so I'm not gonna go too in-depth.
Is this about the
I would
dice
really like
stuff?
to stay away from him, so I could be getting some things wrong here, but basically, this dude is bad news, and this isn't surprising to me at all. Again, like the kitty dog stuff, this is probably shocking to a lot of you. Malachi managed to get my entire audience on his side for a long time while manipulating me and gaslighting me for several years. We dated 8 times, I believe, and he took advantage of me sexually.
Yeah, I will
He
buy
created an
Premium,
alt
sorry.
account so that he could interact with me. Weirdly enough, while taking advantage of me,
Eric
compared himself to
Andre,
my
bro,
groomer
fuck me.
multiple times. And I'm talking about like the big bad one, not like kitty dog. He would ask me what my groomer would force me to do because he thought it was sexy, and for some reason he asked me to unblock my groomer. I don't remember why though, so the reasoning was probably very traumatic for me. He was aware of my obsession with him, which I will talk about here, and he used it as an opportunity to ask for my passwords, for sexual favors, to terrorize me, and to intentionally try to worsen my mental state. Every time I said no to the sexual favors, he wouldn't respond to me for the rest of the day, which I know doesn't seem like a big deal to most of you, but this was a
Small critique, but like if you're just gonna keep like censoring your swears, why swear in the first place? It's
manipulation
just
tactic which
tedious.
he knew was effective because when he wouldn't respond, I would become extremely emotional. As I mentioned earlier, I have borderline personality disorder. 2 significant symptoms of my disorder are a paralyzing fear of abandonment and unstable relationships. I was diagnosed recently, but Malachi was aware of these things regardless and utilized that back then. He was also my FP, or favorite person, hence why I was obsessed with him for years. Favorite person refers to an unhealthy attachment to another person that those with BPD tend to develop. I will discuss my BPD
Parasocial?
further in a separate video, but I thought I would bring it up here to further contextualize the situation. He would also ask me
Chris,
to draw
no,
one
I
of
don't
those
trust
characters
you.
with the purpose of leaking it and framing me as a groomer, which he admitted to me himself. By the way, he's literally 1 year younger than me. I've lost proof of the majority of these conversations because he would instigate sexual conversations with me on an alternate account that I no longer have access to, and he deleted a few of the messages of him being sexual on his main account so I wouldn't be able to come out about this in the future, which I think should be enough evidence that he's aware that he did something wrong and felt the need to censor it so that he could continue to manipulate my audience, while also preventing me from coming out about my experiences with him. He would gather information through some of my friends at the time to try to convince me my nightmares were real and that he could see everything I did. I made a video on the
fuck?
Chrysophobia vent account explaining to everyone that Malachi and his friends hacked into my computer and everybody dogpiled me for lying. But I wasn't lying, this is just one of the things that he made me believe. Again, I was diagnosed with psychotic symptoms, so I experienced that consistently, but because of him I was in the middle of a bad psychotic break. During this time period, he actively worsened my delusions because it was fun to him. I need you to understand that he is not the victim
Yeah,
of the situation,
okay, I get
nor has
that,
he
yeah.
ever been a good person.
I think it's I
But
could
would
only
like to
see it as
take accountability
parasocial
for
a
my
little bit
behavior
just because
towards
it's
him.
on the internet.
When I was 12 to 15 years old, I had an intense obsession with him, which included me archiving all of his art and making videos about him constantly, and sexualizing him, stealing his OCs, borderline stalking him, doxing him, and encouraging harassment of him. This is something that I believe that I genuinely needed to be held accountable for, and thank you to all of you who did, but the harassment that I received because of this was not okay. I have apologized to him in private for my behavior, and everything in the past has been resolved on my end. I'm saying on my end because he never apologized to me, or even acknowledged what he did, so thanks for that. Speaking of harassment, I
Lovely.
encourage you not to harass him either. I know I said at the beginning of this video not to harass anyone mentioned here regardless, but people like him thrive off of negative attention, and I don't want anything to do with him going forward. Please be normal on the internet, it would be so awesome. It would be so cool. Also, one thing I want to add before I end this section is, I didn't put this in the script, but I think it's important to bring up that Malachi at his current age
Oh.
with the influence he has over people is
Yeah, I know the Sprite Cranberry arc then. We can go to the live stream incident. Holy fuck, dude. Yep, you guys, I will. I'll get premium. Bro.
There are 2 live stream clips from 2017 of me threatening suicide to my dad, and another of my mom confronting me for giving out my address to somebody online. I'm not gonna play either of these clips because they were of me as a child being put in abusive situations and having an emotional response, so they're deeply triggering for me. But these clips are out there, and you can search for them if you want, I guess. I just want to say it was not.
Okay, so how is a live stream clips? That's too triggering for you. But you talking about someone who you say is your groomer and showing all the DMs, that's not too triggering? That just comes off weird to me.
Not okay for me to threaten suicide to my dad. Nobody should ever do this as a tactic to get what they want, and although it took several years, I've recently grown out of this behavior. But I want everybody to understand I was 12 years old. I was a child, and my parents did not love me. They never paid attention to me, and I...
Sprite Cranberry arc, from my knowledge, is just like someone like hacked into the account and just changed the name to like Sprite Cranberry. And I think it was like their DeviantArt, and they just posted some memes. It was their ex that did it, and it was so stupid. It was so dumb that they did it, and the ex was fully in the wrong for it. But at the same, they didn't really hack, so for it to be framed as hacking is kind of dumb. Birdie just gave them their password, and they used their password to get in. So it's like, it's just a stupid X stuff that happened.
I learned that the only way they would take me seriously is if I threatened suicide. This came from a genuine place of suicidal ideation too, so it never came across as a manipulation tactic to me until I took my hiatus and thought about my actions throughout my life. Another thing to consider is that I have BPD, and one of the symptoms of my disorder is literally suicidal threats and gestures along with self-harm. This is a facet of my disorder, but I've gotten much better at not having suicidal outbursts. And I can admit that although I've improved, I still feel
hold on.
suicidal at...
Okay,
Hello?
what's up, buddy?
What are you covering right now?
A lot of viewers just told me to watch the Birdie on back video, so I've been watching that. What's up?
Is a cool video, quick detour?
If you want to do a little derail, sure.
Okay. So I'm on my stream right now, right?
Fuck.
Yep. And I was going, do you know the Xylee tweet? With like the context?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna screen share real quick, okay? And you can show your stream this.
Yeah, sure. Let me. Are you like trying to bring in another bombshell or something?
Dude, he lied to us in that call. I'm like almost positive.
Okay, hold on. Let's see it for the viewers. You know. Okay, wait. Pause real quick.
Okay.
So yeah, just in case some of you guys are new, I talked a lot about Himpleton in the beginning of the stream. But to be fair, Amos, I really only just talked about like the art relating stuff. So I filled them in on like the jar stuff. I filled them in on the goblin stuff. I filled them in on the Aiden fireside chat, and I briefly went into like the ZV thing.
Yeah, same here. I didn't play the full call. I played like a lot of it, but I didn't play the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I played a critical shotgun clip and just like explained a lot of it.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, all right. I guess we're
Okay.
caught up.
So, you know Hempleton pretty well, right?
Yeah, I know him pretty well.
I probably know him more than you when I was friends with him.
Sure.
When he says like, "Oh, true, dude," or like when he thinks it, or like if he's like agreeing with you really heavily, like he knows about something, he's soy nods, right? Like nods say so true, right?
Let's see.
Watch this.
And Beckett, I don't know if you heard this.
Also, sorry, chat. I know his face is getting blocked, but I already showed you guys.
Because you were like gone or whatever, but like, did you hear about like what Goblin is most recently getting in shit for?
So I heard about I covered the
gun advice.
Yeah, so she was basically giving gun advice to Cinny, and then
Wait,
she
pause
went
1
to
second. They're saying it's crashing for me. Let me do something real quick. Let me
Okay.
stop watching. Rejoin your stream.
1 second, chat. Okay.
All right. Let me actually like cut some tabs out too. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Not every day. Yeah, we'll just watch it like this. Yep.
You're good?
Yep, we're good.
Okay.
Gilded Poo Vlad and said, "Oh yeah, can you sell Cinny a gun which is fucking.
Look at Himpleton's face. He
Yeah.
knew. He fucking knew.
Yeah.
Wild
Look at him. He's fucking smiling.
as a thing to do.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yup.
And then she complained to me and was like,
So he knew, and the goblin complained to him.
I don't know why everybody's making a big deal about this. And I was like,
Dude.
What are they?
And
what
then
was it
and
that-
then
what were they like? to
and then
Goblin?
watch this. And then watch this. Okay.
Any of that stuff, and that's just kind of what I instantly thought about. And so, like, if we want to, like, say that no, it's not me, like, misspeaking about consideration or checking, and didn't do any sort.
Hold on. I
So,
think it's here.
no, I didn't do any sort of like, you know, fucking consideration or checking, and like thinking if.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Second. Then, like, I have nothing to.
But like,
I'm not gonna over-explain. I'm not gonna try to
I don't
justify.
know. I don't know if I really like this framing, right? Because you're saying you're like messing up a date, but it's not. There.
Try to
I don't
justify.
know. I don't know if I something beforehand. You said you didn't, and then like you actually did.
I meant that I messed up like the extent to which I knew. Like the only thing that I knew was that Goblin had told me about it. I didn't look into it at all.
So that means you knew something about it, right? Okay. He says he didn't look at. Dude, he knew about it.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is just leave your
Am I
stream.
going
'cause
crazy?
I have to recap something, right? Okay. So
Sure.
because apparently, like, Discord, like OBS does not like fucking watching like share screens. But yeah, just to recap, essentially earlier in a call with us, right? He said that he didn't like know anything about the goblin thing, but in that clip it was very clear that he knew exactly about like the gun thing. So he kind of, yeah, I agree with you. He just lied to us.
Wait, hold on. Let me go back. Cause I'm pretty sure he said like a completely different statement too.
Yeah, so it's like he 100% knew about like the gun thing.
But
like,
I'm not gonna over-explain. I'm not gonna try to
I don't
justify.
know. I don't know if I really like this frame. Hold on.
But I said at the beginning, I don't understand how that's invalidated by me adding that it was stupid. I do think it was stupid. Hard. It was me being fucking. If you think it's a lie, you can think it's a lie. I'm not gonna. The only.
So that maybe it's after when he goes somewhere. Hold on.
Yeah.
I didn't do any sort of like, you know, fucking consideration or checking, and like thinking if I knew about any of it beforehand. I like at the time I was like, okay, no, I didn't fucking like know like about the gilded stuff. I didn't know about like any of that stuff, and that's just kind of what I instantly thought about. And so like if we want to like say that no, it's not me like misspeaking about time, sure. Like I guess I can like I still maintain that like it was fucking super late at night. I was getting
But
like,
yeah,
cornered.
you get the gist. I'm gonna end
Yeah.
stream in like a second, but
Yeah, I'm about to just end it up too soon.
thoughts though?
Yeah, no, like that comes off as like just a bullshit lie to like what Himpleton just said to my face.
Yeah.
So
Anyways, I'll let you go back to my stream. I'm gonna end stream after this. Yeah, I'll talk to you later if you're done.
yeah, I'll talk
All
to you
right.
later. Peace. Dude, that guy's so gay. Hold on.